Good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Rachel Wilkins. Delighted to be with you here this evening. Tonight, we are going to be seeing the work of 31 amazing, amazing artists representing photography, sculpture, digital artwork. We have photographers, we have sculptors, we have a little bit of everything for you to see tonight. It's going to be an incredible evening. We have 4 exhibits over the course of the evening, and we're also going to hear from a couple of our artists live, which we're super excited about. And we're going to be giving away some awards. We have 4 awards to give away tonight, 2 physical awards, which will shortlist 2 artists for our grand prize, which is an annual art residency in France. So somebody will go to the south of France for 2 weeks for an amazing art residency. So 2 people will be shortlisted for that tonight. We're also giving away $250 in cash and a art business scholarship, so a full ride, a $1,200 scholarship to my program, Art Business Bootcamp. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing evening. Now, a couple of things. I just want to let you know we are doing something a little exciting tonight. It's a little last-minute addition that we've decided to do. We are going to be giving away an Audience Choice Award tonight. So how can you support? How can you help our artists tonight? Well, the best way that you can support is to hit share on this broadcast. So wherever you're watching this broadcast right now, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, hit that share button right below this video. Let your friends and family know what's happening. If you're here to support a certain artist, make sure you shout them out in that post and spread the word. Also, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button on YouTube and follow Conception Arts on Facebook. Now, how we're going to do this special award is we're asking you and your supporters to basically put the name of the artist whose work you like the most. Whose work are you most excited about? Whose work are you most inspired by? What is the most beautiful work that you see tonight? Let us know by dropping the name of the artist in the comments section. Now, you are going to have an opportunity to see all the art in one place. We do have a virtual gallery that you'll be seeing in around about 30 minutes time, and you will have access to throughout this broadcast. So don't worry if you miss an artist and you can't go back. You will be able to look at that gallery intermittently throughout the show. So spread this broadcast far and wide. Let's get a ton of support for these artists. And you're also going to be able to see the social media links for each artist. They're going to be in the comments section. So anything you see tonight, all the work is available for purchase. You see something, you have your eye on it, go ahead and click that artist's Facebook page, website, whatever it is, and contact them directly, and let's make some sales happen. All right, folks. So without further ado, I am going to jump into the live broadcast. All right, so bear with me 1 second, folks. We're going to look at some artwork. All right. So the first artist whose work we're going to see tonight is Nolan Hursley. So bear with me 1 second. All right, so this is Nolan Hursley. Nolan is going to be joining us for a live broadcast. He's going to pop in and just share a little bit of information about his work. But just a side note before Nolan does actually come and join us. Nolan says he's been drawing pictures about internal narratives for most of his life. Now, Nolan studied at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and is from Chicago, is an Illinois native. So this is the beautiful work of Nolan Hursley. And you are going to be able to access more information on Nolan by clicking on Nolan's website or social media links that we are going to drop into the comments. Now, guys, throughout the evening, if you see anything that's exciting to you, or if you have any commentary on any of these pieces, do drop them in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your feedback. Let us know. Obviously, we're asking you, we want friendly and positive feedback, no critique, but do let us know what you think of this amazing work. All right, so this is beautiful work by Nolan Hursley, and I believe that our awesome Jen has already added to the comments Nolan's contact information. All right. Okay, so up next we have Michael Manning. Now I'm going to read Michael's bio, so you have a little bit of information. But once again, you are going to be able to access Michael's contact information so that you can learn more about his work. That's going to be available to you in the comments. So Michael writes, I'm a 30-something-year-old Black man. Growing up, I was one of the only kids of color in most of the schools that I went to. I'm adopted, and my adoptive family identifies as white. Identity is a daily chore for me, especially as an African American. Collage helps me work through this. I can take the tiny and seemingly unrelated pieces of what I see and try to make a work of art. I have fallen in love with the process, and I'm excited to see the end result as it starts to take form. My work encapsulates the themes of consumerism, identity, earth, and music. These themes inspire me because they're frequently on my mind and close to my heart. My thesis is that modern life is a collage, and we all live in a collage, especially in America. The medium is the message. Photography is all around us, giving us suggestions, telling us what to buy, telling us what our friends are doing, how to look, what to wear, and reminding us what we don't have or what we lack. Sometimes I just want to take all the advertisements I see, rip them up, and create something fresh, something optimistic, something new. Collage has allowed me to do exactly that. In college, the term information age came to define the generation that I grew up in. But as the internet grew and social media became more popular, this access to information became overwhelming. It started to feel like the age of clutter. As daunting as the World Wide Web had become, I also still love to scroll social media and explore all sorts of websites. This feeling made me think of a collage as a form of art that I wanted to explore more. When you look closer and examine the details for what they are, things become much more clear, and the bigger picture starts to take form. I am a maximalist, which is the opposite of a minimalist. Our attention spans are decreasing as a whole each decade, so I like to decorate my art with hidden words and images. Each section is there for the viewers to look closer at or to escape into. I know my work thrives in live shows, so I am eager to get back to normal. Amazing, amazing, amazing work by Michael Manning. I think we can all agree that, yes, I'm sure this work translates incredibly in person. And I know Michael has showed at some of our in-person shows, but I think that in this format as well, we can really get a sense of just the attention to detail that Michael has put into this work. A really amazing series, amazing collection of work. So again, do check out Michael's work. There is a link in the bio, and we are going to move on to, let's see, who are we going to see next? Now, I believe we're going to have Annette join us to introduce her work herself. So I'm going to skip ahead of Annette, and we are going to look at Raphael's work. All right. So Raphael Colon and I go way back. Raphael has been exhibiting with Conception for really since our inception, since the very beginning, since 2011. He really is one of our old school alumni. Amazing work. It's been amazing to watch his career just thrive and develop over the years. More recently, Raphael's work was featured at the Metropolitan Opera. Raphael actually creates artwork on skateboards and more recently on violins. And these amazing violins have been on display at the store inside of the Met Opera. So let's have a look at this work that he's submitted for this particular show. So Raphael writes, I'm a self-taught artist, born in Puerto Rico and raised in New York City. A former Marine and inspired by history, art history, technology, and world culture, I have a passion to create art pieces that are visually impactful, innovative, and imaginative. I enjoy bridging imagination with sci-fi and fantasy. So here is a look at Raphael's gorgeous work. These beautiful colors here. And it always amazed me that Raphael just continued to experiment with the surfaces, not just kind of stretching himself in his abilities and really pushing the boundaries in what he could do in a painterly sense, but really looking outside of the box at what kind of surfaces could he actually use to express himself. And like I said, he has been using more recently violins and also skateboards. So it's been really amazing to see Raphael's progression. So congratulations, Raphael. It's great to see some awesome work from you here. And I'm just going to reset the room real quick to just let you know, folks, that we are going to be seeing every artist's work individually. But there is going to be a chance to browse the entire virtual gallery in a couple of minutes. You're going to be able to access that. Actually, I think Jen's added it to the comments. If you want to go take a look at the gallery, virtually walk around the gallery yourself and browse this amazing AI feature that we now have whilst we're going through the show, I encourage you to do that. All right, so let's take a look at our next artist. Our next artist is Dave Thomas. Dave is one of our UK artists, so hopefully Dave has stayed up late to be able to watch the broadcast tonight. Dave is joining us from the United Kingdom, from my country land. So let's take a look at Dave's work here. All right, so Dave says, whether it's the hours of research which follows a fragment of an idea, exploring and testing different techniques, seeing the idea build into reality, or the music he listens to when he paints. As a self-taught artist based in Bedfordshire countryside, Dave's passion comes from the sense of escapism and tranquility that surrounds him when he creates each piece of artwork. The crowning glory for Dave is when someone is emotionally moved by his artwork. This is a huge motivation for him and fuels the creative journey all the more. Dave's artwork explores the relationship between the figurative, abstract techniques, and the balance between vibrant colors and monochrome tones. My paintings are all about emotion, light, shadow, and capturing the moment. I strive to blend abstract and loose realism to create a piece that provokes thought and reflection of memories or aspirations in the eye of the beholder. Each time I look at a piece I've created, I can always recall a soundtrack I've listened to, which has helped shape the artwork's direction, a bit like having my own playlist in paint. Gorgeous work here by Dave. I see that Dave is still awake. Hi, Dave. You are joining us, watching us on YouTube. Beautiful, beautiful work, Dave. I'm intrigued to know if any of our other artists also listen to music while they are creating, or even any of our viewers. Let us know in the comments if there's any particular style of music that you listen to while you're creating. I think this is certainly a common thread with us creative folks. The music and the art tend to go really well together.
He's not the only one from England watching.
Yeah, he's not the only one from England watching. Oh, we have a few UK people, I think, joining us in the comments. Good to see everybody. And we are going to be hearing from Annette Back next. Annette's going to be joining us on the live stream. I see her in the waiting room right now. So Annette is going to be up next. But just to continue on this, talking about Dave's work here, Dave says on the Medium, they say you should never cook with wine that you would not drink. Dave feels the same way about artwork. He also enjoys fine wine, he wants us to know. Hence, he only uses high-quality mediums. I use Rembrandt, as they have intense luminosity and depth, along with the highest possible concentration of pigments. This makes for vibrant tones where the mood of the paintings can change based on light source. Amazing. I mean, this just the colors are beautiful, beautiful. So really exceptional work from you, Dave. Congratulations. We're really excited to have your work featured. And we are going to go back to Annette. Annette is going to join us on the live stream. Hi, Annette.
Hi, Rachel.
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just enjoying this lovely art and you talking about everybody.
Wonderful. So Annette is going to tell us a little bit about her work. We are going to get to look through each of her pieces. Annette, first of all, where are you joining us from? Let our viewers know where in the world, because we have a big audience tonight. So let us know.
I'm in New York, in the Bronx.
So we're not too far apart.
Not too far apart.
All right. So,
in the Bronx, as I like to say.
that's right. That's right. So, well, Annette, tell us a little bit about your background. A little bit about your backstory. I was reading, and I know you pretty well, Annette. Let's not pretend we're strangers. But you grew up in Germany and then moved to the U.S. As a young woman.
Yes, as a young woman at 17 years old, and I experienced quite a culture shock. This was in the 80s. And yeah, it's really interesting to move to the States from Europe. I grew up in Germany, and it was really a hard adjustment.
Mm.
And interesting as well, since I'm actually of Jewish descent. So coming here and being much more free in the religion is really, really a good experience.
That's wonderful. So tell us about this beautiful work. I think this piece is particularly special to you. Tell us a little bit about this piece.
This was my first piece where I changed my way of making art. Before this, I was just painting photographs, and I was pretty good at it. And they were like of my kids or landscapes or a tree. And with this piece, I decided I wanted to do something very different, and I started experimenting. Used photographs from a magazine and text, and I put that on as a first layer. And I also had this photograph of flowers laying on the floor, like spread out. And what happened is I didn't want to just paint flowers, and I decided to just use the shape of the bulbs from the bottom and use strings. And I just added layer on layer and layer, and just decided color very intuitively on what was going to happen. And this is what happened. And I fell in love with this style of painting.
That's beautiful.
This is my
I love when you shared this piece on social media that you had your daughter holding it and you said, 2 of my most beautiful creations.
Yeah.
Well, that's super cute. So tell us a little bit about this piece.
This is the second piece that came from this way of painting. This was based on a very famous photograph taken in Paris called The Kiss in Front of Hotel de Ville by Robert Doisneau. It's a super famous photograph that I've always loved as a teenager. I even painted it when I was a teenager and gave it to my best friend. I loved the pose, and I thought about, like, how does that translate into something more geometric and conceptual. I researched photos and put them as a first layer. What is he thinking? What is she thinking? What's happening in the moment of the actual kiss? Are there words that can go with it? Are people watching? What's the future gonna hold? That sort of thing. So, and the last part is falling in love is like a spiral. So it was based on that sort of thing.
What do you feel when you're creating Annette? What does it feel like for you when you're in the studio? Is it something that you are you rigid with your studio time? Do you have to wait for those ideas to come, or is this something that's just in your heart?
My ideas pop in. It's really, really fun. So I might be biking and all of a sudden I have a vision, and I go home and I do a quick sketch. They're super ugly, but they tell me and I write on it like, okay, this is what it's gonna be. And then I sort of lay it out. I find the right canvas for it, the right size, and coming from my profession is graphic design, so I come from that where I can actually plan out exactly what I want to do, but then I let loose. After I plan out the initial layout, I let loose. Like I plop it on, and then the colors come, the shapes come, and that's how I build my work.
Amazing. Well, I think we can all agree that this is a gorgeous piece. So let's move on to this piece. Tell everybody about this piece. This one's really special.
Well, this one is called Keep Breathing, and it almost does not need any explanation. I did not grow up in this country, and I was not really that aware of what's going on systemically is even a word that I had to learn when this thing happened with George Floyd. And here I found images and words that I was hearing throughout the crises and laid them on as a first layer. And then I thought about also, I used this woman that's looking into the future, and she's somewhat timid, somewhat hopeful, but like we're hoping that this is gonna get resolved somehow so that we all can live together, in peace without this happening. And I don't really, in my heart, don't really understand why this is still an issue in this country. I mean, I didn't grow up with this kind of thing. I mean, I grew up Jewish, like I mentioned before, which is also a persecuted people in 2,000 years, in a much longer time frame, actually. But it's still happening, and I don't get it. Like, hello, I'm living. I want to be happy. You want to be happy. Everyone has a right to continue to live and grow their lives. And so my favorite line in this piece, radiating out of her, is like, I can't believe I still have to. Was it?
It's fine.
Notice this shit. So it's in there. But these are all the words I heard buzzing around in May and throughout the year of last year.
I think it's such a powerful piece, and I love that you brought the language in, but it is blurred out. It's not something that's completely obvious to you what it says. It's there, in the shadows almost. But I love the hopefulness of it. I love that, like you said, she's looking forward. That there is a new day. There is at least some attention to this issue. Because it obviously it's a huge issue in America. But I think artists have always had a special place, right, for bringing attention to these particularly social or economic issues, political issues. But I think you did it really, really well here, Annette, and I think this piece is a really special piece. So if somebody wants to purchase this piece or any other images or anything they've seen here or any more of your work, how can they do that?
Please come visit me at www.annettebackfineart.com. You'll see there my phone number, or I'm on Instagram, DM me. I'm available. Let's chat. I'm happy to hear from you, even if you want to say something. I'm looking forward.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Annette, for joining me on the live stream. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. And folks, let's support Annette. Again, if you are watching this live feed, hit that share button. Share this far and wide. Hit subscribe. Follow Conception Arts, and let us know in the comments who your favorite artist is, or if there's a particular piece that is your favorite piece. Let us know in the comments, because tonight we are going to be giving away an audience award. So we're going to be picking one person for an additional one of these amazing awards, which is an automatic shortlist into our France residency. So do take the time to drop your favorite artist's name in the comments and share this far and wide, folks. Annette, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and best of luck to everyone here.
Thanks, Annette. All right, let's move on. We are going to look at, let's see who's up next. We have Julie Carey next. All right, let's take a look at Julie's work. Gorgeous work here by Julie. Okay. Julie says, much of my work centers around perception as a major force in the human experience. These three paintings, part of an ongoing series inspired by poet Wallace Stevens, explore the many perspectives that humans adopt when observing our world. Specifically, this selection draws upon traditional still life study, cultural symbolism, and pure aesthetic appreciation. Still life tradition invites great attention to lighting, balance, and temperature to give the viewer a sensation of warmth and richness. Cultural symbolism of the pomegranate brings to the fore the blood of Christ and the yearly death of winter as natural parts of life. Its image captures the connected reliance of life upon death for renewal. As such, this symbolic painting draws abstractly an interconnected image and balance between the grays and whites of winter and the vibrant greens, yellows, and reds of summer. The paradoxical balance calls upon a superimposed decayed pomegranate and a ripe one, between which the heart emerges. The symbolism of the pomegranate is rich and complex, much like the painting, which calls for its own deconstruction. Finally, the painting of pure aesthetic appreciation draws the viewers up close inside the pomegranate for a view of the ruby-like fruit underneath the leathery pomegranate skin. The painting uses fully saturated purples and reds. Then it captures the shine of the jewel fruit in highlights and emphasizes their richness in the relief of the soft, cream, pulpy pom chambers and a matte and muted layer of skin. It is rich and delicious vision. I think some rich and delicious language there to describe this piece. Well done, Julie. This is gorgeous, gorgeous work. Let us know in the comments, folks, what you think of this beautiful work. So this first one is, I believe, I think this one is Pomegranate 3, Traditional in Shadows. And then we have Pomegranate Up Close. And finally, we have Pomegranate Symbolic. So if you are interested in Julie's work, folks, go ahead and check out the links in the comments. Gorgeous, gorgeous work by Julie. And do let us know, folks, if you are feeling inspired. Once again, do share this broadcast far and wide, and don't forget to let us know in the comments who your favorite artist is so far. As we mentioned at the top, we are going to be giving one award away to one audience-voted artist, so do let us know. All right, we're going to move on to our next artist, which is Anita Marie Dugan. Anita is another overseas artist joining us today. Anita is in Ireland. Anita Dugan is an Irish artist who works in a variety of mediums to achieve pieces of subtle originality. Anita began painting in 2016 and since then has exhibited pieces at WAP Art in Lugano, Switzerland, and Pavi Art in Italy. She exhibits regularly at a local gallery in Leitrim, where she lives, and also online at irishartist.ie. At present, Anita is studying for a part-time degree in fine art at the Belfast School of Art. She also has some pieces with an ethical online clothing and housewares company by the name of Vida Online. Anita says, I work instinctually in that I seldom know how a painting will turn out beforehand. I do not prepare at all. I simply go with how I am feeling at a particular time and then attempt to express that on canvas, or whatever medium or service is convenient at that moment. Recently, due to lockdown, I had no access to canvas, so I painted on MDF panels that were lying around the house. Spontaneity and instinct are the essence of my work. I love how resourceful you are, Anita, and finding these other surfaces to create on. Gorgeous work. I love the texture. Love the use of color here. These are really beautiful, beautiful pieces. And if you are interested in purchasing any of Anita's works, you can find a link to her website, also a link to her social media, I believe, in the comments. Jen, I think Anita's information is incorrect. I think that is Dink's information, who's going to be up next.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just want to make sure everybody's info is correct. Jen's doing an amazing job in the comments. Our very own Jen, holding the fort down with our making sure everybody's social media links are included. We want to make sure we get it right so that everybody has a fair shot at having their work sold and seen tonight. So thank you, Jen. You're awesome.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. All right, folks, let us know in the comments where are you joining us from. We have 51 people on the live stream right now, which is amazing. Just as a reminder, tonight we're going to be giving away 4 awards. We're going to be giving one away in about 5 minutes time. If you are watching this, hit that share button. Let your friends and family know that you're supporting a particular artist. Let's get some votes in for our audience award. And we are going to move on, I think, to our virtual gallery. So folks, you now have a few minutes to check out the virtual gallery in real time. I will be back in a few minutes to present our first award. Whoops, there we go. Now this should play. All right, folks, this is our first technical glitch of the evening. Our video is not playing, but that is all right. If you want to check out the gallery, you can do so. There is a link. Jen just dropped it into the comments. I'm going to work on getting this to play. Hopefully it was playing in the rehearsal, but of course, it wouldn't be a conception show without some kind of glitch. So bear with us. All right. Okay. All right. So Jen's dropped the link to the virtual gallery in the comments. Do go ahead and take a look around the gallery. You're going to be able to see everybody's work in the gallery space. It's an amazing new feature that we've just introduced. Since we're not going to be having any in-person shows anytime soon. I don't know where, about where you are in the world where you're watching this, but certainly here on the East Coast of the US, we're not looking like we're going to be having any physical shows, at least until the back end of the year. So this new addition, this virtual gallery is something that we're really, really excited about. We'd be more excited about it if it was working, but let's see. Let's give it one more try. It's amazing that it worked in the rehearsal, but it's not working now, but that's okay. So yeah, take a look around, folks. Browse. You can get up close and personal with all of the artwork, all 31 artists. So browse that link that Jen has just dropped into the comments. Let us know what you think. And we will be, obviously, we're going to be giving a couple of awards out imminently. Folks, where are you all joining us from? Let us know in the comments. I see Emma Worth. I know where you're joining us from, Em. Megan, awesome, awesome. Hi, Keith. Annette, Monica, good to see you. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Dave. Hi, Keith. Lana, Belle, Dave. Awesome, awesome. We got a nice big group. All right, folks, this is awesome. Okay, let's see if we can get this to roll one more time. Okay. And all right, so there's the link on the screen in case you want to just click on that link, folks, and check that out. All right. Okay, so I guess what we're going to do is we're going to move on to our next selection of artists. We are going to move on to, let's see. So I know we have a few artists joining us in a little while to actually introduce their own work. But for now, we are going to take a look at the work of Crystal. Right. Let's take a look at Crystal's work right now. All right, so Crystal Cox studied at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, receiving her BFA from SMU in studio art and advertising. After working in California for a division of Saatchi & Saatchi, Crystal moved to Atlanta and took additional classes in interior design. Her work as an independent designer gave her a deep understanding of visual aesthetics, color schematics, and scale in both residential and commercial interiors. After taking a break to raise her children in Atlanta, Crystal began painting again in 2015, professionally in 2016. Let me just remove this so we can actually see Crystal's work. Crystal is capable of using many different mediums to create different looks. Crystal says, I'm inspired by Gustav Klimt's Byzantine embellishments, the colors of rainstorms in the Bahamas, O'Keeffe's organic flowers, Robert Delaunay's use of orphism, the many colors of pearls, Duchamp's witty take on cubism and futurism, Matisse's biomorphic figures, Van Gogh's color palette, and Pablo Picasso's manic work ethic. Crystal's work has been featured in several designer show houses across the Southeast, in private commissions across the country, and in marketing campaigns including Whispering Angel Rose by Chateau d'Esclans. Crystal was asked to create a series for a curated show at Art Basel in 2017, then asked to display pieces at the Christian Dior boutique in collaboration with their Art Basel handbag series. Over the years, Crystal has a history of charitable fundraising and has donated proceeds from her artwork to the High Museum Wine Auction, the National Pancreatic Cancer Foundation, the Fernbank Museum, the French Heritage Society, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the Global Gift Foundation, the Ricky Martin Foundation, Breast Cancer Research, and many school auctions in Atlanta and Dallas. Crystal is married and has 3 young adult children spread out all over the country, and she currently splits her time between New York City and Atlanta. And Crystal is right here on the live feed. Welcome, Crystal. It's good to see you in the comments. If anyone has questions for Crystal, jump on in. If anybody wants to purchase any of these beautiful works by Crystal, do check them out. And obviously her contact information, her website, her social media are available in the comments. So go ahead and check out the rest of her work. I did have Crystal on Coffee with Artists just 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks. So Crystal and I had a great chat about her work. So if you want to learn more about Crystal's work, you can go back and watch that interview as well. And Crystal is right here in New York City. And also, like she said, she's also in Atlanta as well. So beautiful, beautiful work. Really gorgeous colors that Crystal uses here. I love the look back at, kind of that mid-century modern. Love the texture here as well. Beautiful works. Again, if you want to learn more about Crystal, good time to do it will be right now since she's live in the comments. Ask her some questions and do go check out her work. All right, so we now are going to be joined live again by another one of our fabulous artists who's going to jump on to the live stream. We have Dink joining us. Hello, Dink.
Hey, how are you, Rachel?
I'm doing well. We're going to take a look at your work in just a second, but let me give you the mic and introduce yourself, Dink. How is everything going out there? And tell our audience a little bit about where you're joining us from and a little about your work.
Okay, I'm down in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, just off the beach here, and really appreciate you having me on here. My works are this session is called Calculated Chaos. And you've seen some of my process pictures of, I literally cut up thousands and thousands of magazines. I started doing this as a kid. I would paste these pictures up on the back of my door in my bedroom of whether it was, models, sports cars, just things that appealed to me. And it's just sort of evolved into an art style. I've been doing this style of full feature art pieces since 2016. And this one is actually called Tricheuse, which means cheater in French. And, I use all the different words, and most of my pieces are positive pieces. But as you can see, the model has a very, very worried look. And if you look through it, in her her glasses there, you see the eyeball and you see the heart, and it says new heart. And she's got a new love, but you see in her mouth, it's a safe. So she's got to keep everything secretive. So it just really pops.
It's a beautiful piece. Let's take a look at some of the other pieces that you have included in this exhibit. Tell us a little about this one.
Yeah, this is called Plastic People. When I got this image, at first I didn't even realize it was a mannequin. But we, and as you read in there, it has shiny object syndrome and keep them coming. And it's, there's a lot of fakeness in society, especially on social media. And, everybody wants people to look at them. That's why it has like, see her, people want to be seen, but they're being seen for not being authentic. So, there's so many people out there, as they say, posing. And that's what this piece kind of speaks to.
It's an amazing piece. Let's take a look at this final piece that you have here.
Yeah, and that is Bataille Privée, which means private battle. And, we're all looking, well, I can't say we're all because I don't want to put people on the spot, but people are looking for fame. People are, we have drugs, alcohol, people telling us what to do, what to think. That's sort of why the Simon game is on there. It's, what's the next thing? And, it's like pick and choose, as it says in there, the future is over, and has a robot, which, a lot of stuff is getting automated. And as we talked a few days ago about the NFTs, everything's changing. But, there's always going to be a need for physical art. The kind of the beauty of what I do is it's mixed media and photography, and it's all melded together. So it lends itself to, being printed and put on the wall, or, as it's going, the NFTs, which, I do have out on OpenSea under Dink One.
For anybody who's thinking, what the hell's an NFT? Well, you're not alone. But there's been just an explosion of this particular topic in the last kind of 10 days. And yes, Dink and I had a good conversation about it this week. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. So it is artwork that exists on the blockchain. If that sounds scary to you, don't worry, you're not alone. But it is a very exciting new addition to the art world. Something that is hopefully going to give a little bit more of a democratic sense that is, it's going to make art a little bit more accessible and enable us as artists to put ourselves in front of a broader audience without the need for these gatekeepers or galleries. Dink, talk us through a little bit about the process of doing your first NFT.
Oh my goodness. Well, I opened up multiple wallets. I had 4 or 5 different formats, and I talked to a good buddy of mine. I don't know if he's watching or not. Nick Simon, thanks for all the help walking me through how to get the NFT set up. Yeah, you have to buy digital currency, and there's a process. There's a process to do that, and then you've got a wallet, which is where all of your currency lives, but it's also where these tokens will live as well. And so, when I finally figured out how to get it all together, I put a few of them out there on Mintable, and then it cost me a hand and a leg to put it over onto a different platform. I thought I was just moving it to my wallet, and it cost me $200. So be careful out there with it. There's a lot of fees involved, but there's a lot of opportunity. And one of the things as an artist that we look at is the secondary sales. If somebody buys your piece and it resells, you typically don't get any return on that. And with the NFTs, you can actually set an amount that if it resells, a portion of the proceeds go to the artist, much like it does in the music industry and the movies, royalties. And, just look at Beeple, and he lives right here in Charleston as well.
What was the selling price, the final auction price on Beeple's work?
The Christie's piece went for $69 million. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's just an insane amount of money. But you and I talked about this week as well. It was not, the media likes to say, oh, it was an overnight success, this immediate thing. This was not an overnight success. This was
no.
An artist who put years into this piece.
Yeah, he created a new piece every day. I mean, there was 5,000 pieces in that thing that he sold, that conglomerate. He was absolutely dedicated to his craft.
Amazing. So
he
tell us
won't return my call. I don't know why.
I've emailed him too. I guess he's too busy to talk to us. That's totally fine. We won't take offense. He's a man in demand right now, and he's probably busy spending his $69 million. Let's be realistic. So, but yeah, tell us. You have a nonprofit as well, Ding. So take this opportunity to.
It's not a nonprofit yet, but that's the goal of getting it there. I was diagnosed with colon cancer last February at 51 at my very first colonoscopy. And instead of sitting back and feeling sorry for myself and, just keeping it all hidden, I decided I would start an awareness campaign called Mission 18668 to just get people talking about it and getting people to go get tested or screened. And, there's just so many people that I know in many walks of life that say, well, I'm not going to go get that test. I'm not going to, I'm not doing that. And I just wanted to put a name and a face to it so that people could, because we always think it's always somebody else. It's always going to happen to somebody else. And, when it happens to you, you have the opportunity to help people around you. And, that's what I've chosen to do with it. I've partnered up with the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. I'm doing some things with the Trey Mancini Foundation. It's definitely something people need to take seriously. We all saw what happened with Chadwick Boseman. And I actually grew up in Anderson, South Carolina, where he was from as well. We went to the same high school. I didn't know him. We were years apart, but there's so many things that it's tied together. And as you mentioned, your wife had the disease as well. And so it's getting more and more prevalent, and, it still seems to be hush hush. And, I want to do my part to change that.
Well, it's amazing. So let folks know where they can learn more about your nonprofit, as well as obviously your artwork. We do have I believe we have your website. Yep, we already have your website and your social in the comments, but let people know where they can learn more about this amazing project.
I do have a Instagram page at Mission 18668. And the reason I went with that 18668, the mission is I wanted it to be something where when I'm walking around with one of these T-shirts on, people stop me and ask me, what is Mission 18668? Instead of just having, colon cancer or something. And the 18668 is the days, my age and days on the day I was diagnosed with colon cancer.
Wow. That's powerful. Have you any plans, to create any artwork inspired by what you went through in this process?
To be honest, I've done some stuff already. It hasn't been released yet. Like I said, I'm working with the Colorectal Cancer Society or Colorectal Cancer Alliance. They've got a charity event coming up in June. So I will be launching my artwork at that event. So it'll definitely be on my social media and my websites when that comes out.
Amazing. Well, I'm super excited to see that, and obviously really enjoy your work, Dink. I think it's beautiful. I think it translates really well in this new NFT space. So we're excited to see what you do next, and obviously best of luck and massive respect to you for the work that you're doing with your nonprofit.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much,
Thanks.
Dink. All right, folks. So let's just take a minute to just acknowledge how amazing and inspiring all this work is that we've seen so far. I think we can all agree that the artwork selections for this show are just gorgeous. We had so many submissions for this show. We have 31 artists that I think are just a really great representation of what the visual. That's my dog making some noise in the background. Don't mind Frank. Just an amazing representation of what the visual arts are, right? We have sculptors, we have digital artists, we have people working in this new NFT space, we have painters, we have photographers, just an amazing, amazing selection. So let us know who you're excited about. Let us know if any of these pieces or any of these artist stories are inspiring you. We want to hear from you. And of course, a reminder, we are about to give away our first award, which is a $250 artist grant. We're going to be giving that away in just about 9 minutes time. Before we do that, we are going to be doing an additional award tonight. In case you are just joining us right now, we're going to be giving away one award. It is an audience award. So one artist selected by you, the audience, by the folks that are watching this live stream. That includes the other artists. You cannot vote for yourself, but you can vote for another artist. So if there is somebody that you are particularly inspired by, just drop their name into the comments. And we will, at the end of this broadcast, we're going to go through all of the comments, select the artist with the most votes, and they are going to get one of these amazing awards. Now, it's not just a piece of glass or a piece of acrylic, I think it is. This award also shortlists you for our annual award. Every year, for those that don't know, we pick one artist. We have an amazing jury that picks the one artist. We've had Chuck Close on the jury. We've had some amazing art critics. We've had real big names in the art world actually be on the panel for this selection. So not only are you in the running for this potential 2-week residency to France, but you're also probably going to get your artwork looked at by some of the biggest names in the industry. So this is no joke, folks. This is the big one. If you are interested in voting for an artist, drop their name in the comments. Also share this broadcast so we can get some more love for them. So hit the share button below the video, wherever you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or whether that is on Facebook. Hit that like, hit share, hit subscribe, do all the things, and let's get some love for these amazing, amazing artists. While we're doing that, I encourage you to go through the comments here and follow and like the artists who are exhibiting. It costs nothing to show artists love, right? One of the best things that you can do for an artist, if you can't afford to buy their work or you're not in a position to buy artwork, one of the best things that you can do for your artist friends, for your artist family, is to support them by sharing their work, by liking the stuff that they put out online, by retweeting, reposting, resharing to your stories. Just do what you can online to support your artist friends. We will really, really appreciate it. All right, folks. So let us know in the comments. I don't see too many votes yet, folks. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to put, your votes in the comments. Like I said, we're going to be picking one person for this award. So I'm going to do a little recap. We're going to see if we can get that video to play. Let's see if the tech gods are on our side right now. Let's see. Are they with us? I don't think so. All right, we're going to try one. Let's see if we can do it one other way. Okay, bear with me, folks. I'm going to try one other method. Okay, folks. All right, we're going to try one other thing and see if this works. Let's see if we can get this one to work. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right, folks, welcome back. So we finally got the video to work. Things are good. All right, excellent. Thank you, folks, for dropping in your votes. I see a lot of folks who are voting for that audience award. Now we are at the point where we're going to give our first award tonight. The first award that we're going to give is a $250 artist grant. From the first selection of artists that you've already seen, we have a winner. And I am actually going to bring him on right now, and he has no idea he's won. So, welcome, Michael.
No, you.
Congratulations.
Rachel.
Did I bring you here under false pretenses?
Oh, the best feeling ever. You made my day. Oh my goodness. I wanted to say hi to my grandparents are watching. Happy 70th wedding anniversary. And then my niece is also watching. Hi, Maribel. I love you.
That is
amazing. Wow. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And congratulations to your grandparents. That's amazing. Shout out. What are their names?
Frank and Irene. Yep.
Congratulations, Frank and Irene. You have a very talented grandson, and you're also wonderful celebrating your 70th. So congratulations. So
thank
Michael,
you so much. Wow.
Yeah, amazing work. I'm going to bring it up on the screen now so we can just do have a little chat about this. Tell us a little bit about your work.
Well, yeah, my heart is racing right now.
I'm sorry.
But, I'll be brief. It's yeah, so you can kind of see below. It is the Collage Dawn, which is my Instagram handle. You guys can find me there. My work, you know, I like to think of myself as a maximalist. I think that, you know, I want to give people a lot to look at, or at least something to come back to. Maybe, you know, they see something that they connected to and they like it, and then they you know, swirl back around and we have a conversation. I've loved having these shows to go to, and the ones that I have gone to have just been so rewarding. I mean, all the people there, it's just like, anyone that's new to it, I highly recommend that once things open back up, go to one. Obviously, be safe and everything, but yeah, you should just be so happy to be part of this community, and welcome to it if you are new. But yeah, my work really allows me to experiment with color a lot. I get to experiment with some of my interests. Just kind of by default, a lot of my work is kind of catered and kind of revolves around themes of being of color, a person of color. And I just get to kind of, I mean, it's highly therapeutic work. And I kind of stumbled upon this style of collage. I really stumbled upon collage as just something that has allowed me to relieve a lot of stress. And I love it. Even I'm excited to see the end result. You know, that's not to say I don't have like a goal that I'm shooting for when I start, but each one has challenged me in different ways. Whether I'm working on a portrait, you know, I'm trying to think about how can I create depth, but I'm working with just magazines, which are highly two-dimensional, or you know, how can I do a landscape like you see here, where I'm pointing. That's Wilt Chamberlain playing against Bill Russell. So it's a real photograph that I found, and it's just like so poetic the way that they're frozen in time, and I wanted to recreate it in my own style. So.
And there's just so much detail here. And for those who, you know, are perhaps not familiar with this medium, like getting these colors this is not, you know, just going to the palette and picking out the paint. This is probably hours trying to find the right materials, right? Tell us a little bit about the process and what that looks like.
Well, that's what I kind of, that's one of the feedback things. That's one of those feedback loops that I've gotten a bunch of, is people always say, is that a painting? And I don't know, I personally am excited when people ask me that. I'm like, first off, thank you. And second off, you know, I kind of have fun with that, playing with depth and motion, trying to get something to look like, you know, it's moving. And that was something that I was taught in college. I worked, you know, my major was graphic design, and something that stuck with me, one of my teachers said to always reward the viewer with closer scrutiny, which means that they should feel like, rewarded for looking closer at your art. So I'm always trying to create something that looks, from I keep on pointing to the wrong direction. From this point of view, you see Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, but when you get closer, there's like even in the hills, there's mansions, there's people gardening, there's little jokes. There's like a penguin in there, I think. Just like little funny things. I like to go back to like my childhood, and one of my favorite books was I Spy, and I just think of my work in that manner. Like I think about it like a puzzle. I kind of think about it like, creating a bunch of simple, abstract pieces of work, and then building it up to what you see here. I think even my self-portrait is part of this gallery as well. I think that one's there. So that one I had a blast with, and just to kind of broaden kind of where I'm going with it. I just put as many little references to me into that piece of work as I could. My initials are Michael Manning, so M&M. So I always hide an M&M in all my canvases if you look close enough. In that one, one of my favorite artists ever, personally, is David Bowie. So you can kind of see an influence there from his sixth studio album, Aladdin, Sane, and he had a lightning bolt painted on his face. Ziggy Stardust, love him. So there's a kind of a reference to that. That's something that I think people will pick up through association. And that's something I take advantage of a bunch, is kind of associative thinking. I think that's what advertisements do all the time. Just think about any advertisement you saw today where they're saying, this product equals success. This thing, I want you to think of this word. I try to take advantage of that in my art a lot too.
How have you found this new normal that we found ourselves in these last kind of 12 months? We're around about 12-month anniversary being in lockdown. And I think for many artists, it's been a little bit of a luxury because we've been able to actually focus on our work and not be distracted by all the externals. But how have you been managing?
If there's anything to learn from this time, 2020 in general, it would just be, this is the time to be creative. That was the one thing I would wake up and tell myself, is just be creative, be creative. This is a time to think different. This is a time to experiment and, be grateful for what you have. And just, I'm spending a lot of time with family. Maribel, if you're watching, hello. I've been singing to my niece. I've been learning guitar and everything, but that's for another story. But I've just been able to be really creative. I've been working on multiple different collages. I like to work on more than one at a time. And all things considered, I've been safe. I've been washing my hands like crazy. But I'll tell you that I do, kind of think that it is quite the time to be an artist. Whether you're just, viewing other artists and the inspiration, even when what Dink just put up was just so inspirational. Just like to hear that there's people out there that think in similar ways that I do. Hopefully I present something new to people who are watching, and I just want to keep inspiring others. And I think that this time has allowed us a lot of time to observe other artists and see what other people are doing. And we've seen, the NFT space and stuff, but also just, sometimes when I'm creating my own work, I think about like people like you, Rachel, where it's just like, I wonder what Rachel's doing today. I wonder, where she's at in the world, and just, I hope everything's all right and stuff. And, most of the artists that I talk to have taken a lot of advantage of this time. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's certainly a lot of depth and emotion to your work, and even more so now, having you here to actually explain it is really a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thank you for jumping in, and I'm sorry that I surprised you, but hopefully it's a good surprise.
That's the best.
One last thing, what's the plans? What are you going to do with this 250? Are you going to do anything special with it? Putting you on the spot.
Boy. Oh boy.
Maybe some new
well, I'm working on a collage right now, which is kind of fun. It's Dee Brown. I don't know if you could see it here. He's a famous Celtic player, and he's famous for doing a no-look dunk. He covered his eyes and dunked the ball. So that will go towards getting some more supplies and some more magazines. I mean, I have some right here, some of my favorites. I mean, even the one that's up on the screen right now, a lot of it was taken from, this is my favorite magazine. It comes out, it's like an annual magazine, you know, and they just came out with their latest version of it. So I'll be getting some magazines and supplies, and just thank you so much. This is so great.
Yay! Well, I'm so excited to see what you do next, Michael. Thank you so much for jumping on the live feed. We really appreciate it. And best of luck with everything. And congratulations.
Yeah, this is fun. Thank you so much. Woo!
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Michael. All right, folks. So that is our first winner of the night, the amazing Michael Manning. Go follow Michael. Check out his work. Do look in the comments. I think Jen has added his contact information, his website. Go follow him on social media. As I said before, one of the best ways that you can support this community is to show them some love. So hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that follow button, and give our artists some love. All right, we're going to jump into our next selection of artwork, but just one more reminder before we do that. We are going to give away an audience award tonight. It's an extra award. We just announced it at the beginning of this show. We're going to be giving it away to one person. It's going to be one of these awesome awards. We give these away at our in-person shows. Going to shortlist you for our France residency for 2022. So vote in the comments. Even if you're an artist in the show, you can vote for one of your fellow artists, drop their name with the word vote, and we will obviously count up those votes at the end of the night, and we will be awarding that award to one artist. All right, so we are going to jump back into our awesome presentation. Go with me one second. Okay, so we are right at Michael Lewis. Okay, bear with me, folks. All right, so we're going to look at Michael's work next. But a different Michael. We have a Michael Lewis. Okay. All right, Michael Lewis photography highlights a 20-year journey of passion and artistic dedication. Lewis's love of photography began as an 8-year-old child living with his mother in the Potrero Hill housing project in San Francisco, California. A blue and white Smurf camera gave to him by his godmother for Christmas became a tool to sort through and express confused emotions about his largely absent father who struggled with addictions. Lewis's visual eye and budding talents forged intrinsic connections with his low-income Potrero Hill neighborhood that carried him through high school graduation, through Western College in Pleasanton, California, where he earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and he recently moved to New York City in 2016. Largely self-taught, he describes his work. Bear with me one second, folks. Let's have a look at this next image. Okay. Largely self-taught, he describes his work as eclectic, grounded in multiple areas similar to his hero Gordon Parks, the first famous Black American photographer, musician, writer, and film director who became prominent in the U.S. documentary photojournalism in the 1940s through 1970s, particularly in issues of civil rights, poverty, and African Americans, in addition to glamour photography. Lewis's approach to his subject is also a central tenet in his life. There is beauty in everything and in every person. My job is to capture it for others to see. Treat the world as your temple with respect and love. Michael's Creole Haitian roots also ground the spiritual side of his artwork. In 2015, he launched his company entitled Badji, which literally translates into temple or sanctuary in Haitian Creole. He credits 4 women, his mother, aunt, grandmother, and godmother, as the foundation of his childhood. They always told me I could do whatever I wanted. When Lewis is not behind the camera, he works as a supervisor at a social service agency in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, that specializes in supporting clients with disabilities and mental health issues. His credentials include licensed vocational nurse and a licensed mental health technician. If you are interested in purchasing Michael's work, you can find his Instagram at Badji. I think it's Badji, and I believe Jen is going to drop his information into the comments as well. Gorgeous work here by Michael. I love this one in particular. It's just such an incredible painterly photograph. Really captured a mood and a moment there. Really incredible piece. Go check out Michael's work. You are going to be able to locate his contact information. I see it right there in the comments. Thank you, Jen. Michael Lewis at badgiephotography.com. And on Instagram, it looks like badgie_photography. Multifaceted individual, not just as a creative. Congratulations, Michael. It sounds like you are very busy in all of the amazing things that you are doing here in New York City, and still managing to stay creative as well. So awesome work. Thank you, Michael. We're going to move on to our next artist. This is Renee. So let's take a look at Renee's work. Look at this beautiful piece. All right, so Renee says, I'm excited to share these mixed media art pieces, and I hope that you enjoy them. Each of these paintings are unique. I choose a piece of stained glass where the colors and shapes catch my eye. With the glass's inspiration, I use acrylic paint to create a painting and incorporate the glass into the finished piece. Originally from Montreal, creating and enjoying art has always been a part of my life. I took classes while living in California and started by painting some of the Bay Area landmarks in oil. I developed an interest in stained glass, and after moving back to Calgary in Canada, began creating stained glass windows, doors, tables, and many other projects and commissions. Recently, I decided to combine the stained glass and paint because it was difficult to set either aside and focus on only one of my passions. I love the bright and vibrant colors available within acrylic paints, and bringing each piece to life is fulfilling and invigorating. I hope you will be inspired by my art. I will be happy to create a special and unique piece for you, or you can check out my available works on Instagram and Facebook. Amazing. Look at this texture, folks. The fact that Renee is using both glass and acrylic paint is really something. Very unique, very unusual, gorgeous texture and color. There is a ton more work by Renee that is available on her website, but I do believe that all three of these pieces are available for purchase. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these gorgeous pieces, do check out Renee's information in the comments. You have a direct email to Renee. Shoot her an email. Let her know that you're interested in one of her pieces, and let's spread some love, folks. Be sure to like, follow. Renee is talking about commissions, folks. Excellent. Yes. So do check out Renee's work. Again, hit that follow button. Like I said, one of the best ways you can support artists right now, if you're not going to buy, is to spread the word. So hit share, hit follow, hit like. Be sure to share this broadcast, and don't forget to vote in the comments. We are looking for your participation, audience members. We're looking for your help tonight in voting for our audience award winner. All right, folks, so moving on. Thank you, Renee, for sharing your beautiful work. We're now going to look at the work of Salia. Salia has been showing with us in New York for some time. Salia is a familiar face with beautiful artwork. So let's take a look at Salia's work. Look at this gorgeous piece. All right, so Salia is a self-taught artist. I've been around other self-taught artists all my life. My father, my closest friend. Both used art as a respite from life's struggles. I grew up in Pakistan, and in large part my choices and opportunities were constrained by expectations about what I am and what I should be. My art is my freedom. My art is layered with color and shapes that mesh together to reflect my here and now feelings. They give meaning to my life beyond my role as daughter, mother, and expat housewife. Every piece is a step in the direction towards my self-discovery. My work includes Arabic calligraphy as a reflection of my love for the Arabic text, both in written and verbal form. And I've coupled my passion for Arabic with shapes and lines inspired by what I feel is the ethereal work of Russian artist Helena Klimova and late Pakistani artist Ismail Gulgi. I hope I'm not butchering these names, folks. Amazing work. Look at this gorgeous work. This piece in particular really stands out to me. There's so much depth, gorgeous texture, gorgeous colors here as well, folks. Go check out the rest of Celia's work. Like I said, Celia's been showing with us in New York City at our in-person shows. Obviously, we haven't had one of those for a while. We've been about a year now since we've had an in-person show. So it's nice to see some of our usual exhibitors actually coming into this digital space and doing an amazing job of presenting your work digitally. It really is, it's great to have you. Oh, I see you in the comments, Celia. Hi, good to see you. Congratulations on this beautiful, beautiful work. Again, if you are interested in purchasing any of Celia's work, you can find her contact information in the comments. Jen is going to drop that in just a few moments. So go follow, go check out her awesome work. Give this live broadcast a share. And once again, don't forget to vote for your favorite artist in this particular roster of artists that we're going to be taking a look at. So that is the gorgeous work of Celia. And we are going to move on to Monica. All right, so Monica says, I'm a professional artist, author, and creative coach living in the UK. I have a BA in visual arts, PG in Asian arts, an MA by research and fine art, and studied color therapy, shamanic art, and life coaching. I have exhibited my work internationally, won a few awards and publications such as Stroke of Genius 4 and Best of British Illustration 2012. I have collaborated with a dance company in Mexico, working on an incredible performance using my work as an interactive art installation. I've written 5 art books, and I'm currently working on my 6th project with an American publisher. Since childhood, I felt close to spiritual and creative practices, and especially attracted by dance, shamanism, and the deep love for nature that was always present in me. I've always wanted to find a balance connecting with my inner self and my real path. Art and creativity are my life. It is who I am, not just what I do. I've also discovered the chakra dance, and I love my work as an artist and a chakra dance facilitator to hold the space for others to go on an incredible personal and creative journey. My work is inspired by nature and the body-mind relationship. It expresses the harmony between a logical research, personal feelings, and instinctive actions. Paper has always been my passion, and it is a crucial part of my research. Its various applications follow an abstract path visible through the extraordinary elements and materials which are created. It is my main material which I use for drawing and painting, but also for 3D work. I am continually active in the local community, and I love to link art with wellness. I've been interviewed on various occasions, and I was recently a special guest on a local radio and interviewed by BBC Radio Suffolk for a special art trial that I took place in. So let's take a look at this work by Monica. Beautiful work. Obviously a spiritual thread through this work. Gorgeous use of color here by Monica. Folks, let us know in the comments what you think. And be sure to go follow Monica, another UK. We have quite a few UK artists, quite a few international artists joining us tonight. We are like the United Nations here at Conception Art Show tonight. So again, go check out Monica's work. I think Jen just popped her information into the comments. Go give her a follow on social media. Reach out if you're interested in purchasing any of these 3 works that you see here right now, or any of the works that are on her website. All right. Next up, we are going to look at the work of Pete. Pete actually joined me about 2 weeks ago on Coffee with Artists. For those that do not know, we have a Friday morning YouTube show that is live on Facebook and also on YouTube. It is a chat show. It's me interviewing an artist. We've been doing it since the beginning of the pandemic. We've interviewed over 60 artists now. It's been an amazing for me, an amazing experience for me to share time with some of you guys and just hear some of the amazing stories and inspiration behind some of your beautiful, beautiful work. So it's been a real privilege to be able to host that show on a Friday morning over the last 12 months. Pete was my guest about 2 weeks ago. Hey, Pete, we see you in the comments. Can you believe it, folks? This is a pencil drawing. This is insane. This is insane detail. If anybody's ever tried to pick up a pencil and draw, look at this detail. It's just phenomenal. Pete has just an incredible grasp of this medium. It's pretty mind-blowing to get this kind of hyper realism in this medium, without the use of paint, obviously using a lot of negative space here. Just incredible work. So let's take a look at the rest of Pete's work. Another pencil drawing. Yes, I see you, Mom. That's my mom in the comments. That pencil drawing is amazing. I know. Pete is pretty awesome. So Pete says, I consider working in pencil more than just using a preferred tool. It is a partnership. What I'm rendering seems to be as much a byproduct of what my pencils can accomplish as what innate skill I might possess. In recent years, my lifelong passion for drawing in graphite has generated a series of self-portraits. After many years working in the daily grind of the 9-to-5 corporate world as a technical illustrator and supervisor, I've spent much more of my time in recent years drawing. It's finally time to put myself out there and share my art with everyone. So here I am. Well, we are so glad that you're here, Pete. So amazing. Just incredible detail. This really blows my mind that this is pencil. I think it's blowing a lot of minds right now. This image right here is pencil, folks. Amazing stuff. Pete, thank you for joining us on the live feed. We're glad that you're here. I see Rhonda showing some love as well. I'm a big fan of Pete. We're all big fans of Pete. Pete's got some amazing work here. Go check out Pete's website, Pete's social media. Give him a follow, give him a share, and obviously don't forget to vote, folks. If you are a supporter of Pete's work, you can help. We're going to be picking one artist tonight to win the audience award. So if you are a fan of any of the artists that you see during the evening, drop their name in the comments and we will be counting up the votes later on this evening. All right, so moving on, we are going to I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here let me remove this for 1 second. Bear with me, folks. Okay. We are going to look at Jessie. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at Jessie's work. Okay, Jessie Coughlin. Drawn from a mix of simplicity and political satire, my ideas blend vibrant color and abstract imagination together to transform society into a modern world in a creative way. All right, let's take a look at Jessie's other pieces here. I love the contrast of colors here, really beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this last one. Love how playful this piece is. Got a little Disney hawking to Disney here. Those clouds look a little like illustrated clouds. Beautiful work. Jessie, very nice work. If you want to learn more about Jessie's work, you can find his contact information in the comments. Jenna's going to drop them in there. You can go ahead and follow him. You can learn more about his work on his website. All right. Okay, folks. We're going to go and take a quick look back at our digital gallery. Folks, you have a chance to walk around our gallery now, get a little virtual tour of our gallery. And then we will be back on the other side in about 5 minutes time with some more artwork. We're also going to be hearing from a few more of our artists live. So do stick around, folks, and we will see you in just a second. All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope everybody is enjoying the digital gallery. Everybody got a chance to look around and see all of the amazing work by the artists that we have in the show. Welcome back. All right, we're going to do something really special now. We are going to give our next award. Now, our next award winner is here. Hello, Michael Lewis. Did I catch you by surprise?
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it. Oh wow!
All right, well,
thank you.
This is for you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. I feel so sneaky bringing people on and saying surprise.
Right.
At least that
right.
was a real-time reaction. So, congrats, Michael. This is very
Thank you.
well deserved. We're going to pull up your work now so folks can take a look at it again. And we're going to just ask you a couple of questions, if we can, about this amazing work. All right.
Sure,
so
no
let's
problem.
All right, folks. So we've already seen Michael's work. This award is very much deserved. Michael, tell us about this piece. This is the piece that just really stood out for us.
Okay, so this piece right here actually does have a lot of meaning. It was a photo that I took during my cross-country move to New York. So basically what this is in New Orleans. It's called a Second Line Band. And it's a celebration. They have the first line, which when they're going to the funeral to bury someone. And then the second line is after, where they celebrate the death. So this one right here, I actually don't know what I do. We just ran into it. And I just grabbed my camera and started running after them and took the photo. And I actually didn't realize I took this particular photo until after I started looking, and I got all three guys at once.
It's just a perfect capture.
Right. Thank you. And so then I start playing around with it, because in a still photo, it's very serious. You know, there's one gentleman in the front, has this very stern look on his face, and it was almost intimidating. So I used a different couple of layers on PhotoLab and PhotoLeap to kind of make it look like a painting, kind of make it draw your eye in more at everything that's going around.
It's an amazing, amazing piece. So tell us how you got into this medium. Tell us a little bit about your background, because you have quite the resume. Criminal justice background. You're working in the mental health sector here in New York now. First of all, I want to know when you find the time to be able to be creative, because it sounds like you're super busy. But tell us a little bit about how you got into this niche.
Well, I've always had a camera, and like in my bio, it said a blue Smurf camera started it all. I always had a point and shoot, no matter what. I was taking photos wherever I was, and I would go get them developed. And actually, my godmother would take the film and go get it developed for me, and then bring it back, and I would look at it and really wouldn't have anything but the fun of the photo. So I've always taken photos. So I always have a camera with me. And so the way I see things is not the way everyone else sees the world. I see the world a little bit different, and that's the artist in me. So something that doesn't particularly look good to someone else looks good to me, hence this photo. So I just love photography, and when it became digital, it became a lot more easier to take photos and a lot more cheaper to work with your art. And then you have all the Photoshop and Lightroom, and you have all these things that are accessible now that wasn't accessible in the early 90s, in the 80s, unless you had the money for it. But now you can just get it and learn it and work your photos to your liking.
You talked a little bit about your Haitian Creole roots and a little bit about spirituality. This piece, I feel like there's a spiritual aspect to this piece. Can you tell us a little more about this?
Right. This is actually a photo that I took of Big Chief Monk. He is Eagle Chief in New Orleans of the Mardi Gras party. So they're in Mardi Gras. The Indian chiefs come out before Mardi Gras, and they start dancing and parading in the street and blessing people. So this photo actually was not taken in New Orleans, believe it or not. It was taken in New York at Summer Stage. He's also a blues singer. So I took this photo. I can't remember what year I took it, but he was at Summer Stage, and I took the photo, and I was just taking different angles. And then again, I added different layers to it, like this background of him being on the porch kind of was fitting for what I was feeling at the time.
It's really a beautiful, beautiful piece. So,
Thank
Michael, congratulations.
Thank
you are the first official Conception Art Show 2021 award winner. There's going to be one of these in the mail on its way to you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Congratulations. So this award, for those that don't know, we give away one of these awards every time we do a physical show. So we've been giving away one award, and every year we take each of the award winners from all of the physical shows and we put them in a group and we put them in front of a jury that is stacked. We've had Chuck Close, we've had Maria Brito, we've had some of the biggest curators, some of the biggest gallery owners, really big names in the art world that review all of the artwork all of the winners basically from that particular year. And then they help us select one person. So it's usually one out of about 30 or so artists in a year. This year's going to be a bit different because we are not having physical shows. So the odds are a little higher that you get a chance to go to France. So you are instantly shortlisted for this, potentially for this France residency. But just this is a huge honor as well. This is well deserved, and I think we can all agree that the work that you're putting out is beautiful, but it's really thought provoking as well. So tell us how you're feeling.
I'm excited. I'm surprised. Fun fact is I never really showed my art until Conception. My first show was here in New York. So it's kind of meaningful that I win an award from you guys, because you guys were my debut of showing my work publicly, if you will. But thank you. I'm excited. Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. There's a big round of applause from us here at Conception and from all our 53 people who are on the live stream and everybody that's watching the replay. Massive congratulations to you, Michael. We're super thrilled.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck with the the shortlist for France.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the live feed, Michael. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, folks. What an awesome night we're having here. Amazing. I'm just blown away by the amount of talent and just the stories and the amount of depth and just substance that is behind this artwork. I think it's great that we're getting to do it in this format, the show tonight. We're getting to actually, get to know a little bit more about the artist. We're not just looking at the work, whether it's having the artist live on the live stream or just even hearing, a little bit about them from their bios. This is a really exciting night for us. Thank you to everybody who's joining us and sticking with us on this live feed. We are going to jump into a little bit more work, and then I'm going to have a few more artists who are going to join me on the live feed. Not everybody who's joining me on the live feed is going to get a surprise. Let me just say that right out the gate. I don't want to spoil the fun for everybody, but we do have artists joining us to talk about their work, and we are going to be giving some awards away later in the evening as well. So let's look at some more artwork. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go back to the presentation, and I believe we are up to beautiful Lana, who I believe is watching the live feed. So let's take a look at Lana Costanzo's awesome artwork. All right, let's see what we have here. Look at this gorgeous piece. All right, so let's hear about Lana. So Lana says, "To me, art is magic. It encompasses your heart and massages your spirit. Often it stems from nothing into a miraculous experience. The interpretation is solely determined by how you view it. That's why I like to paint the image I like to paint the image, and it becomes a unique vehicle of expression that is sometimes controversial. My paintings have an old soul depth as well as a teenager's youthful exuberance. The vitality of life, friendship, sex, and humor are captured on canvas for you to determine your own reference points and feelings. The work is somewhat universal, like looking at the stars at night. It is a collection of highly individual subjects. All right, so let's take a look at Lana's gorgeous work here. I see contact information here for Lana. If you're looking to purchase some of Lana's gorgeous work, you can check out her contact information in the comments. There is an email address there for Lana as well. Let us know what you think of these beautiful works. And obviously, all of these works are available for purchase. So do go check out the artist's website while you're there. I think you can find Lana at Lana Costanzo on Instagram. And I believe there's an email address there as well. So this is Lana Costanzo, gorgeous work, beautiful paintings, awesome. All right. Okay, next up we have Megan, who is in Las Vegas. I met Megan a couple of years ago in the very early days of Conception Art Show when we started doing, when we first started touring. We took our shows from New York. We went to Dallas. That was, I think, our first stop. And then we went out to Vegas and we did a show at the Hard Rock Hotel, which was a crazy venue just off the Strip. And Megan was the award winner actually at our very first Las Vegas show, which was an amazing experience. It's awesome to get to know Megan. She is a wonderful human being and a very, very talented artist. Let's take a look at Megan's work and let's hear what Megan has to say. Megan says, I've been painting for as long as I can remember, and all through my life, I've been very fortunate to have known and worked with some great artists and painters who have encouraged, influenced, and inspired me to continue doing what I love. An instructor told me that one of the best ways to learn to paint was to study and try to copy the works of the great masters. I studied paintings of Van Gogh and Cézanne, Matisse, and Picasso, as well as other great masters. I evolved as a painter and began receiving commissions. My body of work has been so diverse that I don't think I can put it all in one category. I've painted portraits, still lifes, landscapes, decorative furniture, floor canvases, and even dreams. As an artist, naturally, I love to paint. And although I have painted hundreds of commissions, the most rewarding is pet portraiture. Although I've been painting for several years, I never knew how rewarding it could be to paint portraits of such beloved creatures. Pet portraits are my passion. So, multi-talented artist here. Megan has these beautiful, beautiful abstracts, but also if you are looking for a painting of your little furry friends, don't be afraid to reach out to Megan. She is a pro in the pet portrait industry. Do check out Megan's work. You will be able to find Megan's contact information in the comments. In fact, I already see it there. Go check out Megan's work and, give her a follow. And obviously reach out if you are interested in purchasing any of Megan's work as well. All right, folks, let's just reset for a second so I can let you know what's coming for the rest of the evening. Okay, so we are going to be giving away a couple more awards tonight. As we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, but just in case you are joining us for the first time, we're going to be doing an audience award tonight. So we are looking for you, the viewers, to do a couple of things. Firstly, we want you to hit the subscribe button if you are watching on YouTube. That's a really easy do. You just hit that subscribe button right below the video if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and hit the follow Conception Arts button so you can keep up to date with what we're doing with any of these shows. When we are going to be sharing a lot of these artists' work over the coming days as well on social, so you will be able to keep up with that. Also, hit the share live broadcast button. Spread the word. The more eyes we can get on these artists' work tonight, the better, the more chance they have of selling their work, of getting their work seen. So hit the share broadcast button. Now, if you want to really be supportive, I want you to take a look at the work throughout the evening and also in the virtual gallery and pick just one. Now, I know it's really, really difficult because we have some amazing, amazing talent. We have 31 incredible artists tonight, but I want you to pick one. And I want you to drop their name in the comments with the word vote. And at the end of the evening, we're going to break for 5 minutes. We're going to go through all the comments on YouTube, all the comments on Facebook combined. I'm going to see who has the most votes. And that person is going to take home the final one of these tonight, which, as we mentioned earlier, is not just this piece of glass. It is a whole host of other things that come with this. It is the ability to be shortlisted, the ability to get in front of some of these major people in the art world, and of course, some bragging rights. You become an award-winning artist. So it's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. So if you are here supporting a certain artist, the best thing that you can do right now is to vote for them, is to share this broadcast, tell your friends and family to vote for them, spread the word, send some texts, send some emails, whatever you've got to do. It is happening tonight, guys. This is the only chance. If you love your artist friends, get out there, support them, and spread the word. Let's get some votes in the comments for them. All right. That is my little 2 cents. So hopefully we're going to see some votes coming in. And thank you to everybody who did already vote. You cannot vote twice. That's the one rule. But we will be counting up all the votes at the end of the night. All right, so let's take a look at some more artwork. We are going to look at Justin. Okay. Justin says, hello, my name is Justin. I'm 25 years old and I'm an artist. I started drawing when I was around 7 years old when my dad showed me his sketchbook. I started painting when I was 20 in order to cope with the death of my best friend, but it has become my greatest passion. Okay. So this piece, I believe, is, okay, Afro Samurai. Afro Samurai had always been one of my favorite anime TV shows, and I wanted to show my appreciation for the TV show by doing this piece. This one, Naruto and Kurama, I think it is. Naruto is another anime TV show that has inspired me throughout the years, so I also wanted to make this into a masterpiece. And then finally, this piece, All American Badass. This is a 36 by 36 inch acrylic on canvas. This piece was inspired by my favorite rapper, Joey Badass, and his album, All American Badass. This album talks a lot about social injustice, racism, police brutality, and more. So really important work here by a very young artist. Justin is joining us. Justin is just 25, been painting since he was 7 years old. Sadly inspired by, the death of one of his friends. Clearly, found this passion for painting after this tragic event. Justin, we hope that you continue to create this beautiful work. We're excited to have you here. Folks, if you are interested in purchasing any of Justin's works, go ahead and go ahead and follow him, hit his social media. His social media information is in the comments. There's an email address. There's an Instagram handle. Be sure to follow, drop Justin an email if you're interested in purchasing. I think all of these pieces are available for sale. This piece in particular is really strong. I think this is a great piece. Maybe Justin has some prints available, if not just the original. So go ahead and support your artist friends tonight, folks. If you're not in the position to buy a piece tonight, like I said, the best thing you can do, spread the word. Go ahead and follow, share, and like your artist friends' social media. That is one of the most powerful ways that you can share and support these incredible, incredible artists tonight. All right, so that is Justin. I think Justin's got a few fans in the comments on YouTube right now. Hey, Justin, you got your fan club in the house. So we see some votes coming in for Justin as well. If you want to vote for Justin for the Artist Audience Award, don't forget to drop his name in the comments with the word vote, or any other artist that you see tonight. All right, folks. So we're going to move on to Shabs, another one of our UK artists. We have Mr. Shabs Bay, who is in the UK, just, I believe, in Altrincham, just outside of Manchester. I'm not sure if Shabs has stayed up late to join us on the live feed. I think it's about what, 1 a.m. or midnight in England right now? I'm not sure. My time is all over the place tonight. So Shabs this is Shabs' amazing work, beautiful paintings. Let's hear what Shabs has to say. Why do I paint? It is an urge, a strong impulse to draw and do a visual dialogue. I've always had the itch to make a mark, to make my mark. People acknowledge me and recognize me as the man who paints. I can express myself best by drawing. I mostly paint impressionist landscapes and seascapes with acrylic on canvas, or animals and birds with charcoal ink on paper. I have to identify with the subject that I'm painting. I need to be around the animal or visit the landscape. I need to touch, visit, or meditate around my subjects to let the feeling of that moment sink in. There is always an emotional feeling that lingers on, even if the experience was years ago. Expressing how I feel at the time about a subject that would have been on my mind for days, weeks, months, or even years. And suddenly, after a lot of procrastination, I would pour my intuition onto the canvas or paper with a lot of energy in short bursts. I can't stop until I'm drained of the energy burst that was bubbling. I'm fascinated by nature, and indulging in nature in any shape or form is therapy for me. The world needs to pause and acknowledge nature and the beauty of it. Like Van Gogh used to feel it, or as I see and feel it. Everything should be felt or experienced at the height of its intensity. Life should be lived in a way that it becomes a story worth listening to. Gorgeous work by Shabs Bay here, folks. Go ahead and follow Shabs. Shabs has two real distinct styles. He has obviously his beautiful bulls, these amazing, strong and powerful creatures. And he also has some very kind of soft and luscious landscape paintings as well. So do go ahead and check out Shabs' social media. Somebody's just reminding me it's midnight. Thanks, Dave. It's midnight in England. It's not quite 2 a.m. So Shabs, if you're watching, congratulations. Beautiful, beautiful work. I do know Shabs. I've gotten to know Shabs recently, and he is full of life, just like his artwork. Go ahead and follow Shabs. Shoot him an email. Check out his website. They are all in the comments here. And congratulations to you, Shabs, for being in this exhibit. All right, so let's take a look at who we have next. Okay. Next up, we have Kelly Williams. All right. Kelly Lorraine Williams is a Denver-based graphic designer. She works in the aerospace industry, designing marketing materials for rocket launches. Yep, we said rocket launches. In her free time, she writes and makes vector art and digital collages. Kelly's collages are vivid, dreamlike scenes that combine retro subjects and colorful, otherworldly scenery, a patchwork quilt of whimsical imagery woven together from a variety of sources. Let's take a look at the rest of Kelly's amazing work. I love how playful this is. And we were talking a little bit earlier about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which is this new, area of the art world that is just exploding right now. And I feel like Kelly's work would translate really well into an NFT. Just love the contrast of this very kind of rural landscape with this, this outer space sci-fi element as well. Really fun. A lot of life in these works. Beautiful, beautiful. And talk about a unique day job, Kelly. I think Kelly might be joining us in a little while for the live feed, so hopefully we'll get to ask her some questions. But Kelly designs marketing materials for rocket launches. I have so many questions about that. How does one promote a rocket launch? It's so fun. So working in the aerospace industry, hopefully we're going to get to hear from Kelly in a little while. We're going to ask her some questions about that. If anyone has any questions for any of the artists, don't forget you can drop them in the comments because this is going to be available. This is going to be, available on YouTube, available on Facebook after the live feed. So I'm sure the artists are going to be on hand if you have any questions. So don't forget to jump into the comments What does Jen say here? She may not be a rocket scientist, but she works for them. Yep. It's such a cool story. I love, this is what's always been such an amazing thing about, having this company and, meeting all of you, meeting some amazing artists around the country, is everybody has such a rich story, such a uniqueness. We've had artists who are neurosurgeons. We've had artists that have traveled the world. Like, everybody brings something unique and exciting and interesting and diverse and rich to this experience. And that's why I think it's so important that we get to do this, that we get to actually talk about the work, not just show the work, that we actually get to bring it to life for you. So hopefully you're enjoying this experience and you're getting to know a little bit more about our artists than just seeing the work and making your own interpretation, because there is so much more to these people, so much more to these creative souls. All right, so moving on. Obviously, if you are interested in Kelly's work, do go ahead and check out her website. There is her social media links as well are in the comments. And of course, reminder, if you are going to vote tonight as an audience member, we are going to be giving away another one of these tonight to one artist looking for you, the audience. And this is the artist as well. Anyone who's in this show, you get one vote to vote for. You cannot vote for yourself, I'm sorry, but you can vote for one of your fellow artists. Drop their name in the comments with the word vote, and we're going to be counting up the votes at the end of the night. Share this broadcast so we can get them some more love as well. All right. Let's see who we have up next. We have Felix. Okay. Okay, my name is Felix, also known as Za Art Preciado to the art world. The Z and the A in my artist name is for my kids, which is their initials. I focus on realism with my art, mixed with a hint of Renaissance and mixed with graffiti. I'm trying to mix different concepts into one beautiful masterpiece for the world to enjoy. These 3 pieces are just a sample of what I have in store. From my Aztec calendar titled Sangre Azteca to my Einstein titled Visionary. This is the Aztec calendar right here. And then we have the Einstein Visionary here. And my Renaissance piece of Icarus and his father. I hope you enjoy seeing my work as much as I enjoy putting it out there. So this is let's just recap on these. We have the Einstein Visionary. This is the Aztec. And then, of course, we have this Renaissance piece of Icarus and his father. Beautiful work here by Felix. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Once again, folks, go ahead and follow. I can already see his social media links in the comments and his email. If you're interested in purchasing from any of these artists that you see, drop them a note, folks. Hit their Instagram, hit their DM, send them an email, show them some love. Don't be afraid of buying art, folks. I think so many people for so long have thought of art as this unattainable item that is for the elite, right? If you reach out to our community, a lot of our community have affordable work. Get started, start your art collection. Now, you may not have even been somebody that would think about buying original art, but just think about how much more. First of all, you're supporting a local artist. You're supporting an artist. You're giving them the ability to be able to go and get more supplies and keep going, right? That's one of the most important parts of this. You're giving an artist the ability to keep going. You're giving us the ability to believe in ourselves, to believe that our work is valid, to believe that our work is important, and to have the financial resources to keep going. So first and foremost, that is what you do when you support an artist financially. But you're also you're having something in your home that has story, that has depth. It's not, and no offense to anybody who buys art from Target or from Marshalls or from IKEA. That's fine. It started with an artist, right? Somebody created that piece. But when you buy directly from a working, living artist, you have story, right? You have something on your wall that has a story behind it. So just it may not be the right time for you, and that's fine. If you can't support an artist tonight by buying their work, like I said, go ahead and promote them, spread the word about them. But if you can, if you're in, if it's a time for you where you have a little, extra funds and you want to support people, please go and check out the amazing work by all the artists that are here tonight. They really could use your support, folks. All right. So we're going to go back to our virtual gallery, folks. And on the other side of this, we are going to be talking about some more artists, and we will be giving out some more awards a little later. So enjoy this little video that we're going to share with you right now. Take a look around our virtual gallery, and we will be back in a few minutes. All right, folks. Welcome back, folks. All right. Did everybody get a good chance to browse through the gallery? I hope everybody was able to check out the work. How awesome is this new gallery feature? I think this is just such a great way to experience the artwork. Let us know what you think, folks, in the comments if you're enjoying this broadcast. It's a totally new format for us. We've been experimenting with the digital space, trying to figure out how we can adjust from our in-person shows, bring that same energy. It's obviously a little different in this environment, but hopefully you're able to, at least get to know our artists a little more after tonight. And speaking of, we have one of our artists is actually going to join us right now. Nolan is going to join us and talk to us a little bit about this gorgeous series of work. So I think I have Nolan on the live stream. Nolan, are you with us? Let's see. Hey, Nolan. Hello, hello.
Nolan, are you with us? Let's see.
Hey, how's it going, Nolan?
Hello?
We can see you. There you are.
Hello, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can. We can see you as well. You might want to back up.
Hey, how's it
There
going?
we go.
Hi. Hello.
See you. There you are.
Sorry.
Hi, can you hear me?
I think we got a little bit of feedback.
See you as
I'm gonna
well.
bring up
Hey, how's it going?
Got two things going on.
Sorry.
You might just want to mute your
So what do I do?
devices.
What do I do with this?
Got two things going on.
All right. How we doing, folks?
Hello?
So no. Oh, we lost you there for a second. All right, Nolan. Well, when we can get you back on, we're right here. So whenever you're ready to jump back on, that is totally fine. We are here. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so I see some great comments. I see Annette, love it. Megan, love it, love it, love it. Okay, great. So we're enjoying this new format. It's a little bit more intimate than just kind of scrolling through the artwork. So hopefully you are all enjoying this and you're getting to know some of our artists. I hope everybody who's watching this is following and supporting their fellow artists. I think my whole thing with this industry is I think it's always been so competitive. We've always been pitted against each other as artists, but I believe that ships rise together. When we support one another, everybody does well and we can all celebrate one another. So please go ahead, follow your fellow artists, support your fellow artists. And again, folks, as a reminder, we're giving away a few more of these tonight. So if you are here supporting a certain artist, make sure you drop their name in the comments with the word vote, because we will be totaling up those votes later this evening and giving away one audience award, should I say. All right, let's see if we can get Nolan back. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I don't think we can. But Nolan, whenever you're ready to come back on the live feed, we are here. Celia, I see you saying, I'm feeling the same excitement and energy as the in-person show. That's so awesome. Me too. It's so nice having everybody here, feeling the energy. I know we've got a few of our Conception crew. I know Renee is watching live as well. So big shout out to our amazing Conception crew who hold the fort down at our in-person shows. We cannot wait to get back on the road. We're really excited to be able to bring these shows back, but obviously we're not going to do so until it is safe. We want to make sure our artists and our staff are safe before we even think about doing these shows. But when we get back, it's going to be big, folks. We're going to be having big celebrations, and obviously I'm sure there's going to be an amazing abundance of artwork that comes out of this experience. All right, I think we have Nolan back, so let's give it a try. Nolan, are you with us?
Amazing.
Hi.
Abundance of
Hey,
Hey, you see me? Can-
we certainly can. Thank you for joining me for the live feed.
Nolan, are you with us?
Hi.
Amazing. Abundance of
Hey.
So we have some feedback, so we're going to do our best.
live
If
feed.
you can turn down the volume on your device.
Have some feedback, so we're going to do our best. Live feed. You can turn down the volume
Okay.
on your
Yeah, there's kind of a loop happening with the audio.
I'm doing it.
Have some feedback, so we're going to do our best. Live feed. You can
Yeah.
turn down the volume on your- There's kind of a loop happening with the audio.
All right, I'm just going to mute you for a second while you figure it out, Nolan, because we've got some serious feedback coming out on the broadcast. But if you, probably the best thing to do is to mute your device, whichever one you're listening to it on. If you can put in an earphone, sometimes that will do
The
it.
best thing to do is to mute your
Okay.
device, whichever one you're listening to it on.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes that is that.
Yeah, we're getting a feedback loop. Nolan, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your work? I'm going to shut up so you don't hear me on the loop.
Getting a feedback loop.
Okay.
No, why don't
Um,
you just tell us a little bit about your work? I'm going to shut up so you don't hear me on the loop.
All right.
Getting a feedback loop.
Okay. So
No, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your work? I'm gonna
this
shut up
this
so you don't hear me
piece
on
this
the
piece
loop.
about the movie theater, it's mostly based on ideas I have about how with COVID people can't really go to the movies where I am. Theaters aren't really open. I miss going to the theater. I haven't been in a movie theater in some time. When I was a kid, I always loved the idea of movie theaters, going to movie theaters. Like if there was a rainy Sunday night and somebody wanted to go catch a show at the movies.
Can you tell us a little bit about the materials you use, Nolan?
Can you tell us a little bit about the materials you use,
We're having a really, really hard time with the feedback here. Nolan, I'm going to mute it for now, but we're going to try and come back. I want to make sure that you get your time. I want to make sure that you're able to talk about your work. What I would suggest is if you can log out, come back into the feed and just don't have Facebook or any of those other platforms live while we're on the feed. I think then we'll be able to actually hear you. We're going to give it a go. So give it about 15 minutes or so, Nolan, and we're going to make sure we're going to come back to you. I want to hear this story. I know our viewers want to hear this story. So do come back and talk to us about your artwork. We want to hear more from you. So we're just having some technical difficulties on Nolan's end there. All right, folks. So what we're going to do now is we are going to give an award. I think it's about that time. What do you think, folks? All right. So the next award that we are going to give is we're going to give give away a scholarship to my program, Art Business Bootcamp. One of the things that happened during the pandemic when we were not producing the shows is that I pivoted into some more coaching, some more of the art business coaching. And I've been working with a ton of artists. I've had 36 artists in my program over the last 12 months, helping each of these artists with everything from the basic fundamentals of running an art business to marketing, to branding, to social media, working very closely. We do weekly calls via Zoom. We have a whole host of other things that we do to support these visual artists. And I'm going to be giving away a full ride, so a full scholarship. It's a $1,200 program. I'm going to be giving this away to one artist. And that artist is our next winner, who hopefully is live, which is Kelly. Are you there, Kelly? Do we have a Kelly? Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay, you've got to connect your camera, Kel. Let's see. Try now. Is that Kelly? Wow, we're in the twilight zone, folks. We're having technical difficulties. Kelly, if you can, it's saying device not connected. Let's try now. Let's see. I'm gonna try. There we go. Kelly.
Hi.
Hi, you're with us. Hooray.
Oh, goodness.
We can
A
hear
lot of
you.
emotions happening right now.
Oh, well, we can hear you, but we can't see you. So at least you're here through voice. Oh, and now she's disappeared. Oh, no. Okay, let's try again. There you go. Congratulations, Kelly. You've won our
Thank you.
Business Bootcamp scholarship. How are you feeling?
I feel incredible and really surprised. Thank you so much.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up your work once again. Your work was getting a lot of love, and there's a lot of excitement around what you do for a day job. So can you tell us a little bit more about what your day job involves?
Yes, as stated in my bio, I do marketing materials for rocket launches. It's a company called United Launch Alliance, and my office is based out of Centennial, Colorado. So I'm responsible for pamphlets and t-shirts and rocket models and stickers and those types of things that go out to all of the attendees of the launches that range from social media to the occasional, TV or news person or anybody who's interested in a rocket launch or worked on a rocket launch. And also there's a lot of web preparation that goes in, of course, to the live broadcast. And there's quite a lot that I get to dabble in, and I cried happy tears in the shower the day that I got that job. So it is an honor every day to be surrounded by people who are way smarter than me. Probably figure out how to turn their cameras on. But actually what I'm thinking is I'm on my work computer and I am off the network, but there are all these firewalls on my work computer. But at least they allow you to hear me.
Yeah, exactly. I love that when you were asked about if you work with astronauts, you said you're astronaut adjacent.
That's right. According to my family, who's probably very surprised right now because, on holidays and anytime we gather, I'm an astronaut. But now I can't, I'm astronaut adjacent.
So the big question is, do you hang out with astronauts after work?
Not as much as I used to.
So awesome. So obviously there's a space element to this work. Tell us about this work, Kelly. Tell us how you got into this, where you're drawing your inspiration from. Tell us a little more.
Oh, well, the first piece, the Amsterdam piece with the Genki in the top right, was actually a photo that I took on a vacation 2 years ago for a birthday celebration that was given to me by my best friend Heather, who's also an artist and runs a gallery called Flourish Galleria on West Colfax in Denver. And she is actually in the lower left in color of the photo. And I like to combine things that technically shouldn't be combined. And that's also pretty representative of my personality because I believe I'm an old soul. I think I've been 65 years old since I was 5 years old. There's original in my purse. I like movies and record players, but there's also this very modern aspect to my life, which is definitely highlighted by my job. And I've always been fascinated by space from many angles, especially an aesthetic angle. And so I love marrying those two parts of my personality. I feel like my everyday is an attempt to take all the things I love and all the gusto I have for them and mush them into one place. And that's definitely a good way to describe this.
I think you've done that exceptionally. This is such a fun experience. They're getting a lot of love in the comments. It's so interesting that you pull these kind of contrasting worlds together. Have you always been creative? Is this something that, as a young child, you mentioned that you were an old soul. Were you creative as a young person?
Definitely. I mean, the first time I saw Grease, I think I watched it 13 times in a row. So I also have a pop culture fixation. This is Joan Crawford, the piece that's on screen now. In the original photo, she's carving a turkey. And on this particular week, I'd actually just come back from my Amsterdam trip and I toured the Stedelijk Modern Art Museum in Amsterdam, which blew my mind. The Van Gogh Museum. I came back from that trip just electrified, and this came out of me. Actually, these three pieces were done on the same day. I stayed late after work, and this was the most incredible vacation of my life. And so as many artists I'm sure can attest to, when you see something brand new, especially a city, you just come back on fire. And I had all of these ideas. I mean, Amsterdam felt very visually stimulating. It felt like a video game the entire time. Mm-hmm. Everything was stimulating. The colors and the lights and the energy. And I wanted to capture that, especially in this particular piece.
It really is an incredibly beautiful city, Amsterdam, and I think everybody just associates it with one thing always. Like, oh, that's where people go to get stoned. No, not just that. It is gorgeous. You have not been to Amsterdam, go. Amazing city, culturally diverse, beautiful artwork and institutions, and amazing street art as well.
Yes.
So I totally feel the energy and the excitement that you were feeling when you experienced this. Tell us a little bit about your process, Kelly. What is it? You mentioned that you did these in like one hit. What is the usual, what does it look like from kind of ideation to execution for you?
Most commonly, an idea for a piece comes from one of two places, and it's when I see a photo that I could see something else in. What if you could see Jupiter in this photo of Heather standing in the street? That would be amazing, because that's kind of how that moment felt to me. And the second way is usually in a song. Back when I had a commute to work, which I no longer do, I am working from home full time. I would hear a lyric and picture a scene and try to come home and make it, whether it be from stock photos or a photo I took, or a particular photo of Joan Crawford that I love. The Joan Crawford piece with the cake was during a week where I was also particularly interested in cake art and cake decorating, which I've taken up kind of aggressively recently. And so again, just trying to marry how many things that I'm passionate about can I get into this one visual. So it starts with one photo or one idea, and as collage often goes, you add a piece and then you think, oh, this would relate well to, a purple sky that would highlight this in a really fun way. It just kind of builds on each piece that I add, which is something I really love about collage.
Well, we just absolutely loved this. It was just so fun, so playful. We saw this come in. We're like, this is gorgeous. We're excited to meet you and to get to know the artist. And judging by the comments right now, Kelly, you have quite a fan club in the house tonight. And somebody says, how charming is Kelly? I agree. It's just a shame we can't see you, Kelly, but since you have those astronaut-friendly firewalls, we'll forgive you.
I feel like it's a bit of an introvert blessing that I couldn't get the camera to work, because I am pretty shy. I'm kind of thanking the gods right now, but I'm also glad that I'm able to communicate at least.
Hey, it's totally fine. And look, we're excited to have you inside the program. We will be opening the doors again at the end of April, so I'm excited to get to know you and hopefully help you a little on your art business journey. So congrats, Kelly. We're super happy.
So much. And thank you for doing this, because my mom lives in a different state. And so this is the first time she's ever gotten to attend one of my art shows. So thank you so much, everybody who worked to put this together. I deeply appreciate it.
What's your mom's name?
Sheila.
Sheila, thank you for coming and supporting your amazing daughter. We're so happy and we're so proud of her. And congratulations on having a very charming and creative soul for a daughter. Shout out to Sheila. All right, Kelly, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And congratulations.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Kel. All right, folks. So that was Kelly. And we are going to go back to the virtual gallery for a second. And then we're going to be back with a few more artists. And of course, we have a few more awards to give away. So just a quick reset. If you didn't know, if you're just joining the live stream, we're going to be giving away one of these tonight. It's an audience award. You guys are at home who are watching this are voting for this award. You can vote for anybody. You just cannot vote for yourself. You can vote for somebody who's already received an award tonight. That's fine too. But get your votes in ASAP, because we are going to be counting up the votes at the end of night. The person with the most votes is going to be going home with one of these, or is going to be shipped one of these. Since we are virtual, drop their name in the comments with the word vote, and hit that share button underneath the live broadcast. Let your friends and family, let your followers know that you're supporting a particular artist, and get them to vote as well. The more eyes we can get on the work tonight, the more support we can get for these amazing 31 artists. All right, folks, we are going to go to the virtual gallery, and I will be back in a few minutes. Okay. All right, folks, welcome back. I hope everybody's enjoying the live video. So we have another artist here who's going to talk us through his artwork. Our next artist is super interesting character, super interesting in how he creates his artwork. So I'm going to leave the explaining to him. Welcome, Mr. Beju Dudali. Can you hear us, Beju? Oh, we can't hear you. You just got to unmute. Hang on. Try that. You are muted. This is like the famous line of 2020.
Here we go.
Hey,
Right?
there you are. Good evening.
Hi, how are you, Rachel? It's a pleasure seeing you again.
It's good to
Thanks
see you, Beju. Welcome. Thank you for agreeing to hop on and join me for the live feed.
It's my pleasure.
So for those who don't know Beju's work, you're going to see a little in the background here. This particular character is known as Dude Ali. Now, tell us a little bit about where that came from. And I'm going to pull up your work while you do that.
So Dude Ali is a character that I created. He's about 6 years old now. And he started as Ali Dude because the first one I created was in an alleyway. But eventually, when I started showing in France and other countries in Europe, people were Ali Dude, what is it? Qu'est-ce que c'est? So I had to figure something out. So the name became obviously Ali Dude, Ali Dude, Ali Dude, Ali, and it stuck, Dude Ali. And so obviously I searched for a website, Dude Ali, and it was available. So I got it, and he became Dude Ali. So Dude Ali is a character made of tubes, basic tubes, any size. I mean, from the size of my finger to geez, do I have? No, I don't have one. But pipes about this big. 6 inches is the biggest I've done. So any sculpture that you see, any model you see, can be realized in any size. From a foot and a half to my tallest was nearly 20 feet. So that's so it allows for all sorts of a wide range of prices. And also I use either copper, steel, or in this instance PVC that I paint. Dude Ali is basically.
I was say, you're not shopping in the conventional art stores. You're going to Home Depot for these supplies, right?
Absolutely, but any artist goes to his supplies are just either a tube, or a paintbrush. It doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what the the medium is. What really matters is what comes out of it and how skilled you are using it. In my sculptures, I like to say that they're feigned simplicity. That's how I like to characterize my work, because it's really basic. It's just plain tubes and connectors, but it is extremely, extremely precise. Because if you want to convey sentiments, if you want to convey expressions, deep expressions, you have to really work hard in the finest details. What is the most complicated work of art to exhibit? I would say it's probably a blank canvas, because you need to come up with what it takes to support it. So in this instance, I can say, yeah, feigned simplicity. Dude Ali expresses the everyday, casual, or intricate interreactions between people. Basically, I want to tell the story of humankind, and I want to express every detail of who we are, how we think, and what we feel. And I believe that I'm pretty much able to do that. It's been a really exciting journey from day one, and I was fortunate to understand very early on that the value of an artist is what he creates. Again, it doesn't really matter what the medium. It doesn't really matter the size. So why not make as big as possible? And actually, it's a quote that I learned from a friend of mine, Marco Casagrande. You may search him online. He's a Finnish artist, And with his heavy Finnish accent, he once told me, Beju, do not let scale intimidate you. And it stuck. So
on that note of scale, you just recently did one of your biggest pieces. You have a huge piece in Palm Beach, right? In West Palm Beach. Tell us a little bit about that project.
Yes. And actually, I'd like to, give a shout out to West Palm Beach because they've allowed the city and its Art in Public Places program really helped me flourish with, I was commissioned on 2 major artworks. And that really, not only does it give you confidence, but also it allows you to keep going. And so the last 2 sculptures, the one that you're showing right now is one of those major ones that I did. There are 3 of them. They're copper, and they're in a public park in West Palm Beach. After seeing this, another developer called me and said, we saw what you did and we like it. We talked to the developer. He says he loves working with you. Would you want to work with us? So bring it on. And I just finished my, this second commission work. This was about a month and a half ago. And I depicted excuse me. My client was asking for a work of art that would depict a woman reaching for the sky. So obviously, I thought my mother. I wish she'll never see what I've accomplished, but I wish she would. She would have anyway. So one of the 2 sculptures that I was commissioned to do represents my mother reaching for the sky, and it's a wave of pipes that gather as if they were gathering the energy from the ground, and then sending it towards the heavens. And eventually, you may even think that the heavens is sending a message back to the ground. And to me, eventually, this is my antenna to my past mother. And the other sculpture is a kinetic sculpture. It's actually the first kinetic sculpture in West Palm Beach. And that was also a real challenge because I love kinetic art. It's not only do you have to ally your art and the kinetic aspect of it. So it's both. Within your style, you have to resolve all sorts of technical problems, and there are always really challenging things to resolve. So that piece is is in place now. It's 3 fans that wave, and it's activated by the wind. And before I put it together, I had no idea if what kind of wind it would need to actually move. And it just takes a breeze. It's wonderful. And it's very soothing to watch.
I think we can all agree that your work is just so fun, so playful, so vibrant, so full of hope and energy. So thank you, Beju, for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to come and say hello. I always enjoy our conversations. For those who are looking to learn more about Beju was also on Coffee with Artists last year. We had a great chat about, a much more in-depth chat about his artwork. So go check that out on YouTube. And of course, as always, go follow Beju on social media, check out his website, and reach out to him if you are interested in owning your own Doodally piece. I'm sure Beju is available for commissions as well as original work. So, so do go check it out. All right. Well, thank you, Beju. It was a pleasure having you on the live feed, and thank you for joining us.
I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much for what you do for us, Rachel.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks. All right, so we are going to try and bring Nolan back on. I have Nolan's work here ready to rock, and hopefully the tech gods are on our side. Let's give it a try, Nolan. Let's see what we can do. Nolan, are you with us?
Hello?
Hello.
You hear me?
Yes, this is perfect. All right.
Finally.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm just glad it worked out. Just move your camera a little bit
Oh,
towards
sorry.
you so I can see you. There we go. All right. So please tell us about this piece without that awful feedback. Now we can
I'm
actually.
sorry. I had like 7 devices going at the same
It's
time.
not your fault. It happens. It's usually us that has the tech issue. So please
Yeah.
share with.
Sorry. I I made this piece recently, just about the frustration I have of not being able to like go to the movies like I used to because of COVID, and like we have a theater down the street that's never open, and I keep having to stream things on the computer, and it's just I miss what it's like to be in a theater, movie theater. Am I on?
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the creative process with this, Nolan?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it-
yeah.
How
It's,
do you like the idea to actually getting this, out there?
Yeah, it started just like in sketch form, and then I integrated some parts like from, it's like called like Paint 3D through the computer because our printer had some problems, and I had to work through the computer on it. And I usually don't do computer art, so it's like a mixed media integration sort of.
So let's take a look at some of the other pieces that you have here. Tell us about this one.
So I had a sculpture of Emperor Nero. I decided to do a self-portrait as Nero, not a very popular ruler by any means. And I was just thinking about Trump too, and about how everybody was saying like, "Oh, Trump's like Nero, and our government's falling apart." And I was just thinking about all these, allegories about Trump is like Nero fiddling, and our world is gone to crap. I'm not going to say the S word.
You can curse, it's fine.
So it's just like I was thinking, I love this concept of like guys who are rulers and they're horrible and they're terrible, and it's like, where's your sense of moral decency? Where's your goodness, integrity? It's just like all this unchecked barbarism and corruption. And I'm not even that political, but I just find those stories interesting about rulers who do not rule well or rule with any tact. So
you're speaking to something that has been, a huge, I guess the last kind of 4 years have been inspiring to many, not necessarily in a good way.
Yes,
but,
I'm democratic. I'm a Democrat.
Yeah, I got that sense. But yeah, there's, if nothing else, there's going to be some really good creativity and some good comedy that came out of the last 4 years.
Yeah,
whatever side of the aisle our audience falls on, I think we can agree there's going to be good art and good comedy that came out of some of the experiences that were not so great. But tell us, who are your heroes, Nolan? Who's your art heroes? Who did you grow up with?
Like artists,
Yeah.
particular artists. Well, I think you mentioned Chuck Close, right? And I mean, not that I have anything in common, but I mean, I love how just amazing his work is, how intricate, and I've seen videos of how complicated it is for him to make his work, and how much time and effort, and how much just there's like such a mixture of intricacy, and then it kind of comes together far away, and you see this face or what he's working on as a portrait, and then you get close and it's just these little abstract shapes, and I still don't even know how he does it exactly, but yeah, he's amazing.
It's mind-blowing, especially somebody with some physical challenges as well. It's pretty
Right, and he has like he has like a workshop, right? Because he has the assistants, but I mean, he was doing that before that accident he had too. But I mean, it's just like his work has gotten even just so much more creative and more mind-blowing over time.
Yep. So let's look at this final piece. This one's a big hit in my household. I just want to let you know.
The guinea pigs.
Jen is a big fan of this. Right,
Well,
Jen?
I love guinea pigs. You mentioned furry friends, Rachel. So that's what they call them at the pet store usually. Oh, furry friends are here. So sorry if I sound a little loony. It's been kind of one of those nights.
Okay, you're in good company. We're all going a little loony after this past 12 months.
Yeah, I've been drinking like Mountain Dew like constantly through this whole thing. So
It's the sugar high. Tell us
Sorry.
about this little furry friend.
Well, I was just thinking of these ideas of like, even with a guinea pig, I mean, it's not the same level of like maybe rigor as getting like a dog or a cat, because like a guinea pig is more like a, I don't know, like a niche animal. It's like, it's just like this little sweet animal that you love and feed, and they're kind of self-sufficient, but they need a home. And I was thinking like, am I really adopting a guinea pig, or am I buying a guinea pig? But it's like, it's adopting, but it really is like, they're like an item. They're a little bit different from like the dog, the cat population, you know, because there's so many homeless dogs and cats, and guinea pigs are more from breeders. So it's like a specialty animal, but they need a home. And I was just thinking that like, I love having my guinea pigs, them having a home, knowing that they're safe, that kind of thing. That's mainly what it's about.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us about this awesome work, Nolan. And I'm sorry we had some tech difficulties, but I'm glad we were able to make it happen and actually have a conversation. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I'm just a little rattled. I'm sorry. But
you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. And we are just glad that you were able to, you know, make it to the live feed and we were able to make this happen.
You.
So thank you so much. And just tell folks where they can learn more about you, Nolan.
There's a site called Darkroom, where they have like prints. I have prints on that site. I think it's probably just under my name, Nolan Hursley. Like if you Google Darkroom, it's just a good place to get. You can get pretty affordable prints from there. They don't charge unreasonable prices for them. So
that's awesome.
There's Behance too. There's a site called Behance, which I think you guys have found some of my work on.
Yeah, and I think we have. Do we have your? Are you on social media, or do we just have? We just have an email.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook.
What is your IG handle? Just so we can make sure we put it in the comments.
It's probably just my name. I think just Nolan Hursley. If it's under there.
All right, folks, we're gonna add it to the comments. So do check it out. Go check out Nolan's work. Go support Nolan. Buy his work. Check out his website, and obviously, spread the word. If you enjoy Nolan's work, give him a vote. We're going to be doing a vote tonight. Nolan, thank you so much for joining the live feed. We really appreciate it.
Sure. And I really appreciate what you guys did with the presentation. So thank you. I'm sorry it took me so long to get on board.
You're totally fine. You're totally fine. Congrats again, Nolan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, folks. So there is Nolan's work. Quick reset. As a reminder, we are going to be giving away a few more of these tonight. We're going to be giving one away. There's an audience vote tonight. So everybody who's watching this, you have some power in your hands. You have the power to help the artists that you are looking at right now, that the work that you're viewing, you have the power to get one of these in one of those artists' hands. So drop their name in the comments with the word vote. Let your friends and family know. Share this live stream so we can get them more support, and let's get voting, because we are going to be getting closer and closer to the end of the show. We only have about 30 minutes left of the broadcast, so this is it. This is the time to get your votes in. All right, another artist is going to join me right now. I want to say this is one of my good friends. He's not just an artist. He's not just one of our artists. All our artists are good friends, but this gentleman has become a dear friend. And he's going to join me in just a second once I find his artwork so we can talk about it. Let's see. Bear with me, folks. Where are you? All right, bear with me, folks. We'll be right there in 1 second. Here we go. How about we chat with Ron Smith?
Hello.
What's up, Mr. Ron?
Not much. You doing all right?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me this evening for a live chat.
Good to be here.
So Ron is joining us from
Shreveport, Louisiana.
And how is Shreveport, Louisiana this evening?
It's kind of calm right now. It was kind of hectic last couple of weeks with storms, but we're good right now. So we're good. It's going to be hot or cold. Today was a little warmer, so tomorrow it may be 30, so we don't know.
Well, Ron is another one of these artists that is so multidisciplined that he's actually squeezing us in tonight for a quick chat between his drum rehearsal. So you are a man of many talents, Mr. Smith. So tell us a little bit, first of all, about what happened to you several years ago that almost derailed your entire art career. So share that with our audience if you don't mind.
In 1995, I had a motorcycle wreck and broke both of my wrists. Was kind of, and I'm a graphic designer too by trade also. So I couldn't do anything with my hands. So that changed the whole course of what I was going to do creatively. So, but even after that, I hadn't been painting prior to the accident. I was just doing graphic design. And my youngest son came to live with me and inspired me to paint again. I hadn't painted since college. So what you see right now is a 28, 29-year hiatus between motorcycle wreck, prior to that, and painting. And painting has saved me in some sense.
How did it feel like being completely derailed like that, not having the use of your hands, which you're somebody who plays the drums, you're somebody that paints, like everything is with your hands. Like
it's probably the most humbling thing I've ever had to deal with, but quite honestly, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I inspire any artist to find out what their scars are and remember what brought them to where they are, and focus on that to push forward. And that's what I ended up doing. Being the oldest of 8 children, I'm used to being that person. My baby sister's on this line right now. Hey, Chris. And
what's up, Chris?
Yeah, Chris and I are 23 years apart, so she's more like my daughter. So being able to take care of them and help out as a big brother was pretty crucial to me. So, but now all of a sudden I had to have my family and friends help take care of me, because my mom was one of 12. So I'm used to being around a lot of people, but I'm thankful for family and opportunity that they really had to all of a sudden take care of me.
That's amazing. So let's take a look at some of this beautiful artwork. Now, Ron, you have 2 styles. Ron has 2 very different styles.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about both of them, and then let's talk about some of the work that you included in tonight's show.
We've come up to coin this phrase for me is nostalgic expressionism. What you see right now is my abstract work, but I do a lot of rule pieces that look totally opposite. I encourage you to go to my site, and you'll see that my brain works in 2 different patterns. So, and I even do some mixed media stuff that you'll see. But I think life is in layers, and I actually paint in layers. So I build from the back and build up forward. And sometimes my color palette is very neutral, and sometimes, as you'll see in the primary color pieces that I submitted, you'll see I like to do some bright things. So because I'm a musician, artist kind of thing, I can't do one thing. So I'm driven by the challenge of making sure that I don't just stay in one vein, and I just can't. So music is that way too. So I play all kinds of music, so I paint different kinds of ways. So that's kind of the correlation between the 2.
And we're scrolling through some of your images here, Ron. Tell us about this little triptych here, these different colors.
That triptych was a break from my more neutral pieces. I wanted to do something that was brighter. And the next part of this series, those are primary colors, but I'm doing a secondary color series. Then I'm going to do a black and white, more medium gray, silver kind of things, because I use some metallic inks in some of my pieces to give it some pop. So again, you can kind of see the change from the first piece you saw to this. I switch up based on the music and based on what I'm dealing with. So life, I think I tell a class all the time, I said, art is life and life is art. So I treat it that way.
Absolutely. And we love having you in boot camp, Ron. You're just such a force for positivity and joy, and you keep us all in check. That's for sure.
This piece is I don't know if you can see it up close, but there are actually people in this piece, and I saw movement. I don't like static. I don't like to be stale with colors, so I'm always looking for movement. And you can kind of see some of my graphic design traits in some of the things I do. But you'll see in this, you'll see some people actually moving throughout this piece. And I want people to be able to go back to my pieces and see something new every time. I think that's the challenge. And sometimes they tell me things that I didn't even see. The first piece that you showed, actually, if you look at it closely, there's an eagle in that piece. It was part of my Take Flight series of movement. And if you look at right here, the beak, there's a beak. Yep. There's an explosion coming from the wings. I saw it, but I didn't see it directly until one of my local collectors in office with me saw it, and she said, "There's an eagle," and I'm like, "Good," So those pieces like that are done specifically to get the energy out of me through you and back to me, because I want you to tell me what you saw.
What does it mean to you, Ron, when somebody buys a piece of your artwork?
It's the nostalgic part. Even when it's if it's abstract or rule, for some reason that creates a connectivity. Because I used to not be able to sell my artwork as readily as possible, but now I realize what it means to me means something different to them. So the expression part actually kind of goes back and forth. So I like to hear somebody's expression, but when they take it home, and joy and the peace that it gives to them, it makes me feel good and want to go do that for somebody else. So I enjoy the different kinds of pieces and what it means to different collectors or people who just buy, because some people don't always just buy the art; they're actually buying the artist.
Well, I will say that my lovely wife has a Ron Smith hanging right within my line of vision right now, because she fell in love with one of your works and it just arrived last week and she's very excited about it. So yes, absolutely 100%. You are buying just the artist. You're not just buying the work, folks. You're buying a piece of the artist. So do make that decision tonight. If you're on the fence about any artwork that you see, take that leap tonight. You're really doing something amazing. You're helping that artist take that next step. Ron, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for the platform. This is great. Hey, Jan. Thank you, guys.
All right, folks. Bye, Ron. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Ron.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And folks, if you want to support Ron's work, if you want to vote for Ron, don't forget we do have this audience award tonight. If you want to vote for Ron Smith or any of the artists that we've showed tonight, drop their name in the comments with the word vote. We're going to be giving away one of these later at the end of the show. Not too long now, guys. We have about 20 minutes left of the show. So get your votes in. Let folks know who you are supporting. And let's take a look at some more artwork, shall we? Bear with me 1 second. Let's get the... Just going to watch the virtual gallery for a few seconds while we organize, and I'm going to look at the last selection of artwork. All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Rachel Wilkins. I am your host here. This is Conception Art Show, Spring 2021. Thank you to everybody who's stuck with us for 3 hours. We're now in the third hour of this show. It has been such an exciting, such an energizing night for me. Hopefully it has been for you. We've had the pleasure of seeing 31, well, we will have had the pleasure of seeing 31 artists by the end of this broadcast. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, you can go and look at this work. This replay is going to be available on YouTube. It's also going to be available on Facebook. It's going to be accessible forever. You can go look at it anytime. You can share it with your friends. You can share it with people who are excited about artwork. You can also go and tour the virtual gallery. I see Michael just dropped the link in the Facebook comments. Thank you, Michael Manning. But the links are here. Go check out the replay. Go peruse the virtual gallery. There's a lot of amazing things that happened during this evening, and you are able to go back and watch that at any time. All right, so are we ready to look at some more artwork, folks? I think it's about that time. Let's take a look at, here we go, Lydia Knox. I believe Lydia is on the broadcast. I think I saw her earlier. All right, so Lydia, let's see. Lydia Knox is an artist who resides on the Bruce Peninsula, Ontario, Canada. She's been painting for over 30 years and participates in group shows in the area as well as in Toronto. She recently had a solo show at the Grey Gallery in Owen Sound, Ontario. A graduate of the George Brown College of Fine Arts, she also holds a BA in English Literature. Using oil paints, her primary focus is on figurative and landscape, rendered in an impressionistic style with a magical twist. Her aim is to speak of the times we are in, reflecting on isolation that we're all going through in the current time. Nature and humans speak out through her painterly style. Everything tells a story. Her job is to convey that story through paint and canvas. The Angel series is part of a larger work in progress, where humanity is rendered wholly in an inclusive manner. So this is Lydia's work. You can check out the links to Lydia's social media, to her Facebook, to all of her website and everything are in the comments, and you can check out more about Lydia's work there. All right, and I think Lydia is going to join us in a little bit. We are going to have a few more faces joining us for some live conversation. So I think Lydia is going to be with us in a little bit. But until then, let's move on. So next up is Mariah Jackson. Okay. Mariah Jackson's works explore the connection between the metaphysical and the body, with some influence from Pollock and personal studies about herself and how she connects to Mother Nature. Mariah says, as an adult, I am fascinated by the wonders of nature and the universe. What starts out as a yearning to know soon becomes finessed into a sense of failing and the chance of creating a new understanding. As shifting lines become transformed through frantic and diverse practice, the viewer is left with a clue to the possibility of a more welcoming future. Beautiful work here by Mariah. You can find out more about Mariah by visiting her website. Her website and her social media are in the comments section, so do check out Mariah's work. And again, folks, if you are here supporting a certain artist, whether that is Mariah or any other artist, do be sure to vote for them by dropping their name into the comments. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the follow button on Facebook, share this live broadcast right now and tell folks to vote for your favorite artist. We are going to be closing the doors on votes in about 5 to 10 minutes. So this is your last chance. If you haven't voted for an artist, do it now. Get their name in the comments. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at Angela's work. All right, Angela Christine Janusa is a native of Houston, Texas, where she currently resides. Angela has a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, with which she pursued a rewarding career in residential mental health, working with children from extensive trauma, abuse, and neglect background. After a work-related injury left her unable to continue her career, she began to pursue art full-time. art in some form has always been a part of her life. As a retired ballerina, she danced for 38 years and taught for 20 years. However, while working at a residential childcare treatment facility in Denver, she became reacquainted with her love for visual art while attending weekly art group therapy sessions with her clients. Angela uses art as a therapeutic outlet, and her pieces are the result of raw emotion. Angela won a Bold Brush Regram contest in 2020 for her piece titled The Space Between, and she was featured in the January issue of Voyager's Houston magazine and in an interview about local Houston small businesses and up-and-coming artists. So congratulations to you, Angela. Incredible work with an amazing story behind it. Very inspiring. Everybody out there, if you're looking to learn more about Angela's work, do check out the website link in the comments, also her social media as well. Once again, a reminder that most of the work that you're seeing here tonight, if it is not for sale, I'm sure the artist does have other works for sale. Don't be afraid to reach out, follow them on social media, and go buy yourself and snag yourself a piece of gorgeous artwork this evening. All right, let's move on. We're going to look at Carla's work. Okay. Born in Mozambique, raised in South Africa, Brisbane-based Carla moved to Australia in 2008. Her interest in the human condition, human form, and identity inform her art practice. She engages with the photographic image as reference for her paintings and prefers working with oils on canvas or board. She attended art classes at Ku-ring-gai Art Center and Julian Ashton Art School and completed her Bachelor of Fine Arts at the National Art School in 2018. Carla's cultural upbringing has permeated her subject matter, which was the focus of her work in her graduation show. Since then, she has exhibited in group shows at Gaffer Gallery, the Other Art Fair, the Space Gallery, and Aspire Gallery. And I agree, Kelly, these are gorgeous, amazing works here by Carla. Do go check out Carla's work. Again, you can do so by checking out the link in our comments right here. There's a link to her social media. There's also a link to her website, so be sure to go check that out. How's everybody enjoying this, folks? Is everybody enjoying this beautiful artwork? I hope you are having a good time this evening. I hope everybody is learning something new about our amazing community. I am always giddy after these shows because I feel so fortunate and so lucky that I get to be a part of this experience, that I get to meet these amazing souls. And for me to be able to bring this digitally to you guys and give you a little piece of what I see when I go to these virtual shows is really an amazing experience. And I just hope that you are just feeling as inspired as we are tonight by all these amazing, incredible people. All right, so let's take a look at, the awesome Rhonda Burton is up next. Wonderful Rhonda, who is out in California. We love Miss Rhonda. Rhonda is in my boot camp program, and she's wonderful. Let's learn a little bit about Rhonda. Rhonda lives in the gorgeous California coast. I believe she has these views from her home, which makes us all very jealous. So let's learn about Rhonda. This work represents the elements of nature that I encounter and that inspire me each day. I photograph the gorgeous panoramic sunsets, dramatic cloud formations, lush flowers, trees, and beautiful succulents that surround me. While I consider myself a painter, I currently use a mixed media approach to photography. My photographs are of the beautiful environment around me. I continue to strive to bring a painterly touch to my current work. The images I capture with my camera are printed on fine art paper to soften the edges with color pencil, and the images are then mounted on painted wooden panels. Color, flowing lines, textures, and repetition of patterns have always intrigued me. These are the influences of my artistic vision and the lens through which I see the world. Beautiful, beautiful work by Rhonda. Just gorgeous, gorgeous captures of these incredible California sunsets. The colors are just magnificent, and we are big fans of Rhonda. So if you are also a supporter of Rhonda, I see some love for Rhonda in the comments. Don't forget to vote for Rhonda. Drop her name in the comments with the word vote. And also spread the word. we are coming towards the end of the show. We only have 3 more artists to see, folks. So get your votes in if you haven't done so already. Share the broadcast. Let's get some last-minute love in for these awesome creative folks. And next up is Michelle Lee. Michelle Lee of Inspiring Lee is an independent artist who currently resides in Arlington, Texas. She received her formal education at Dillard University, receiving a bachelor's degree in business management in the arts. Michelle's passion is creating inspirational artwork influenced by the beauty of the natural world. She aims to insert a bit of positive energy into her viewer's day with her artwork. Her artwork is created using a combination of watercolors, graphite, and colored pencils. Michelle's goal is to highlight the beauty that is all around us. She says, I want to encourage people to pause and be inspired. Well, I certainly think that Michelle's work does that. This is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful work. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And if you want to learn more about Michelle, or if you want to purchase any of these gorgeous works, Michelle's contact information is right there in the comments. Thank you, Jen. Jen is on fire with these with these comments tonight. Thank you, Jen. Michelle Lee's contact information is right here in the comments. Go check out her website. Remember, folks, you're only seeing a little snippet of all of these artists. You're only seeing 3 images. This is a little teaser, a little taste, if you will, of what they are capable of. There is much, much more for you to see, and I want you to go and make the effort to see more of their work. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be blown away. And be sure to, if you cannot support these artists by purchasing a piece, like I said, a follow, a like, a share goes a long way. All right, next up is Nate, Mr. Nathaniel Cox. Nathaniel Cox is a New Jersey-based photographer. He originally learned 35mm photography in the late 2000s when darkrooms were still prevalent and digital photography hadn't yet completely dominated the landscape. After taking a long break and a few detours, he started to learn digital photography and resumed exploring the world through his lens. Nathaniel lists Stephen Wilkes and Peter Lik as major influences and inspirations. His style leans towards breathless landscapes and sprawling cityscapes. This piece by Nate, I believe this one is titled Cotton Candy. This is a particular favorite of mine. Just always amazes me that these colors exist in nature. So, so fabulous and beautiful. So again, if you want to learn more about Nate, go ahead and check out his website, follow him on social. And of course, if you want to vote for Nate for the Audience Award, you can do so by dropping his name in the comments with the word vote. All right, folks, we are at our last artist of the evening. But before we look at our last artist, just a few announcements. We do still have our Audience Award to give. And we do have one more award that we're going to give as well. But we're going to do one little last tour of the gallery. But before we do that, obviously, get your votes in. Make sure that you are hitting that subscribe, hitting that share button. Stick around so we can celebrate with the winners. Obviously, we're going to be here for another kind of 10, 15 minutes or so. And yes, let's take a look at that the last artist. So we have up next Corey Graham. All right, so Corey is an Eastern Kentucky artist working exclusively within the mountains of the Appalachia to create transformative works from outside the typical stereotype of the region. These are some shots from an upcoming series called Queer Billy, reflecting on the LGBTQ community in rural Appalachia. In a community where grit is a commodity, voices which have been whispers can become roars as the old guard shepherds in a new era. Just beautiful, incredible work from Corey Graham. If you did watch our last show in December, Corey was one of our winners. Amazing, amazing photography. So congrats to Corey on yet another beautiful exhibit. And if you want to learn more about Corey's work, you can do so by checking out his work on social media and obviously via his website as well, which is in the comments. All right, we're going to flip to the virtual gallery for a few moments, and then I'm going to be back right on the other side of this with a special announcement. And I'm going to be giving some awards out, folks. All right, folks, we are back. Just a quick little interlude. So, this is the penultimate award, right? We're going to be doing our audience award next, but this is our last conception award chosen by our in-house panel. And I have the winner with me right now, Lydia.
No way. Hey, that's cool.
Congratulations, Lydia Knox. You are the winner of this Conception Art Show Award. I had to spring it on you like that.
Wow.
You're so welcome. I know I lured you here under false pretenses and told you you were here for a big group finale, but I lied. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. I'm like, I'm really having a good time.
Good. Well, congratulations. Let's bring up your work just so we can have you share a little bit about this beautiful, beautiful work. Lydia, let's see. Okay. Tell our viewers a little bit about this work, Lydia.
Okay. Well, just when COVID was starting, I was feeling really lost as what I was going to do. And I really liked the archangels of the 4 quarters. And the 2 angels that I submitted are Uriel and Gabriel. This is Uriel. And basically, Uriel is the angel of the north. And I wanted to pick ordinary people to represent humanity, or what is holy in humanity. And Uriel is the angel of creativity. And so it was the start of this series that I'm working on right now. So Uriel holds the light for all the artists to follow and holds the book of wisdom. And there's the little hummingbirds, which are, to me, birds of the spirit that kind of surround Uriel, and Uriel is in a field of corn, and the sun is just setting. So it's like a new beginning or a new chapter. So yeah, these are large pieces. They're 6 feet by 3 feet. I could barely fit them in my car, like the canvases in my car.
Yeah, your
But
scale is something else. Like when I see your studio shots, I'm like, wow, this is gorgeous and huge.
yeah, it's like, and this is Gabrielle here, and basically my model was an indigenous woman who was a nurse. And I started this painting in June, July. And basically, I wanted to send out support to all those workers, the frontline workers who were out there doing their job. And Gabrielle offers healing, right, for COVID time. So I was trying to, strum up some magic to make everyone who saw these pieces kind of find the light or find healing. And right now, Gabrielle is in the Georgian Waters Counseling Service. She's hanging there to kind of, help all those people who are struggling with mental health issues. And I struggle with depression myself. And so it was kind of a healing process for myself as well.
It's an incredible piece. We were really touched by this whole series and the meaning and the thought behind it. So, really, really powerful. Tell us about this piece. This is a little different from your figurative pieces. Can you give us a little insight into this?
Yeah. So the other thing that I do is landscape, and I live in the Bruce Peninsula, which is, I guess, across the pond from Michigan, northern Michigan, and nature around here is just incredible. Like it's just this is like the silver birch trees that are on my property, and the wind just whips right through. And I wanted to create like a stained glass effect using oil paints and kind of display the kind of transition from winter to spring in this particular piece. And it's also a large piece, not as large as the angels, but yeah.
It's beautiful.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, and and nature I find to be very magical as well. So I try to incorporate my very spiritual, magical kind of nature into my art and synergize it into the voice of whatever my creativity is trying to put forth into the world.
Well, I think you did an amazing job of it, Lydia. And
Thank you.
This is for you. This ignore that it says 2019. It will say 2021.
That's cool.
This is for you. This is heading to Ontario.
Ontario, yeah.
Heading your way, and also automatically shortlists you for our annual award residency to France. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You are officially a Conception Arts Award for Excellence winner. Well deserved. Big congratulations.
I'm so glad I bumped into you guys.
I'm glad too, Lydia. And thank you for joining us on the live feed. And I'm sorry I lured you here under false pretenses.
No, it's all good. Thank
all right.
you.
Congratulations again.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. All right, folks, if you want to learn more about Lydia's work, you want to purchase Lydia's work, check out the links in bio. Lydia's information is in there. That is a wrap, folks. That is all of the art that you're going to see tonight. We're going to do the audience award that is still here. We still have one more award, the audience vote. I believe we have the count. If there's any last minute voters, get it in now. You have 1 minute, 9:30. We're closing the doors. If anybody didn't vote, get it in right now. We're going to go over to the video while we just tally up the votes. And then on the other side of that video, we're going to be presenting the final award of the evening and saying our closing remarks. All right, folks, thank you so much. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us tonight. Thank you to the 52 people who stayed on live throughout this broadcast. We've been here for 3 hours and 38 minutes, though it feels like about 20 minutes because it's been such a jam-packed, exciting, beautiful show. A big thank you to everybody who is out there. Massive shout out to my better half, Jenny Jen, for keeping all the supporting information going throughout the comments. Jen, you are awesome. Shout out to Jen. A shout out to our little Frankie for staying quiet in his crate tonight. We're going to be taking him for a big long walk after this session. And this is it, folks. This is the end of the night. We do have one more award to give away tonight. That is our audience award. This is the one that is voted for by you. Now, just as a reminder, votes closed at 9:30 on the dot. So if you voted after 9:30, you cannot get your vote in. And we were just accepting one vote per person. So we see you people who voted 10 times, and we thank you for your enthusiasm, and we love that you're supporting your people, but we can only take one vote per person. So the winner of tonight's audience award is Renee. Congratulations, Renee.
Thank you.
Welcome. This is going to you, the audience award as voted for by our viewers. Congratulations. This is for you.
Thank you.
How are you feeling, Renee?
Good.
Did we wake you up?
No.
Well, I like that you're positioned right next to your artwork there, Renee. It is beautiful, beautiful work. Let's see if we can actually go back and pull up your work while I have you here. So you combine glass and painting. Tell us a little bit about how that process even works.
Well, see over here. I'm not doing too good here.
Sorry, we can see your work on the screen. We have your
So I just use like stained glass, like this over here. This piece over here. Here you go.
Beautiful.
This stained glass. And this is acrylic paint over here, right? That I kind of match with the stained glass over here.
Very nice.
It's all different. Like this is a tree. As you can see, this is a stained glass over here. And this is the paint that I do in acrylic.
And how long have you been creating these works, Renee?
Maybe 3-4 years. I used to work with stained glass, and when I went to the stained glass store and saw that stained glass, I just went nuts and bought 200 pieces. So I'm probably gonna die before I do them all, but you know, I just couldn't stop buying them because they're so gorgeous. You know, look at this one. Maybe I should flip my camera.
Wow.
See this one? That's the glass. That's in the glass. See this animal over here?
Beautiful.
That's
What does
in
the
the
process look like for you? How long does it take you to put one of these pieces together?
Well, it depends because I just don't plan anything. I just kind of pick the glass and start painting. So I don't know, a week or two and sometime a month. So it depends.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on scooping tonight's our very first audience awards as voted for by our viewers. So super, super important. You know, this is something that is not from us. It's not from Conception. This is the audience tonight that selected you. So congratulations. This is very well deserved. And we're very excited to have you as part of the big Conception Arts family.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, folks, that is officially a wrap. That is it from us here at Conception HQ. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. All the replays will be available tonight. If you want to go back and watch anything, you can, of course, still tour the virtual gallery. Folks, get out there, support your local artists. Remember, there's no in-person shows right now, so artists need your support more than ever right now. If you can do one thing tonight, go buy a print, go buy an original, or go share or like something that an artist has posted on social media. It will go a long way, folks. This is Conception. My name is Rachel Wilkins. This is Conception Art Show. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Thanks so much, guys.